and we're here with Garret.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. Well, I mean, thank you for doing this, dude. And so lead singer and guitarist, a man who knows his way around a piano, keyboard, guitar, dude. Very sick. But a hot commodity, man. So obviously also longtime friends, bro. So I got to see you play last night, which was sick. Just by yourself. But dude, amazing. I mean, like so good. I mean, I know that you were good, and like years ago, I brought this up last night. You were saying that like we were drunk when you were just like, dude, I want to make a band so bad. Like, you should be in a band with me. It would be so sick. And I was like, I don't know how to play like any music. But you know, like years later, you know, now you're here. You know, so it's pretty crazy. It's pretty cool to see. So
yeah, it's been a journey.
How'd you do it, dude?
Well, I was at a bar. My friend's uncle was doing an acoustic session.
Yeah.
This was probably like 2 or 3 years ago. And I was a little tipsy. I was like, hey, let me play a couple songs. You know, I did it. Did some classic acoustic songs that people play at bars.
Wonderwall?
Except for that. That's the forbidden song.
Yeah.
You know, like the classic Wagon Wheel, you know, Darius Rucker, Hootie. He just got arrested recently. Got some charges against him.
Did
Oh, shit.
I didn't even hear about that.
Mm-hmm. This was like yesterday, maybe 2 days ago. I was like, it wasn't Darius, it was Hootie.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then my friend, like at the place you're at, the alley on High Street.
Yeah.
She worked there, and she's like, oh, you should play here. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I don't think I can do this by myself.
Yeah.
So my one best friend I grew up with, he played the drums. And then I had another good friend I grew up with. He played guitar. And he was like, oh, I know this bass player. He lives in Philly. So hit him up. We had our first gig, and there was like 300 some people there. And it was
Oh my god.
unreal.
Yeah.
It
That's
was
terrifying.
nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
And it was like pretty much all, like a lot of our friends, they're just like, are they gonna actually be good?
Yeah.
And then it happened, and it just stuck. Like,
Yeah.
I think we're supposed to play there first time for like 3 hours. I think we only had like 20 songs. And I was like, oh, we're definitely not going to really reach this time frame.
Yeah.
But, you know,
Yeah.
made the place a lot of money. It was all amazing experience.
Yeah.
And I kept it going.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, and speaking of Darius, I mean, last night you did Wagon Wheel, which is always a hit, dude. It's such a sick song. And, I mean, there were so many good songs that you were playing, and I remember I said it to you last night, but, like, you started doing Tennessee Whiskey, Chris Stapleton, and I was like, dude, this is it. This is, like, kitty gloves are off. I was like, I could hear, like, the tune. And so we'd also should say, like, you know, you're playing the guitar and singing at the same time, which is so sick. Just kind of like a solo gig. And I'm like, man, like this is gonna be like this is hard, you know? And I'm like, oh shit. So like, and then you started going, and I was like, I remember just like sitting back in my seat and being like, holy shit, dude, it was so
Hey,
good.
I know that guy.
Yeah, I know that guy. Yeah, man. So it was really cool to see, and like I don't ever do that kind of stuff anyways too. So I want to also thank you for like getting Holly and I out of our shell. You know, giving us an excuse to like get out and like do something like that. It was so much fun, dude. And then to see you play and like to see you just rock it all night, which I think that was they were saying that was like your first like solo for 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
That was your first one. What do you think of that?
I like it. Got another one doing it next month, same place.
Hell yeah.
Because I always wanted to do it, mainly get money.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
yeah.
I also love doing it. You
Yeah.
know? Do what you love. You don't gotta work a day in your life.
Yeah, dude, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, and so where are the other gigs?
So we have
I can actually, let me
that highlights.
Yeah, let me pop you up.
Yeah, so we played at Molly McGuire's last weekend, and then February 17th, we're doing it's a cancer benefit for my guitar player. His old baseball coach like runs this thing for a guy that they knew, so for a good cause. We love doing that. We did a cancer event for probably like a year or two ago. for our one buddy. He's our favorite bartender at Ron's Crooked Hill Tavern.
Yeah. Nice.
And he was going through, I believe, colon cancer. I think we raised around like $11,000 for him.
Wow, that's awesome, dude. Yeah, that is awesome.
Reached out to other bands we knew.
Yeah.
Had raffles.
Yeah, that's awesome. So you think, have you ever like tried like songwriting? Is that something you think?
I've always thought about it. I tried a lot. It's just being in a cover band and singing other people's things. I try to mimic them. So like I don't even know what my own voice sounds like.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like hard.
And I don't know about you, but like if I even entertain the thought of like coming up with my own melody, it just ends up being something I've heard before. Like I don't have the ability to create music at all.
Especially because there's just so much music out there. It's just like
there's no original ideas anymore.
It's so hard to be original.
Yeah.
Like, even nowadays, people are going off other people using older song samples. Like
Yeah. I can definitely see that. And there's I guess like there's a lot of people that have the same kind of sound, you know, and I would imagine it's like that for like any artwork. I always think about that with like comedy too, where like, you know, it's one of those things where it's like especially comedy, right? But I mean, I know like it is the same thing with music, where like a lot of people have like hey, like this same riff, this same sound, that same melody, like it's just stolen, you know. It was like they stole it from this hit, like they stole my art, you know. And then the same thing with comedians, were like, hey, like that's my same bit, they just like did it a different way, like they stole that material from me, you know. So it's like, dude, how much is there out there to where it's like there has to be a little bit of overlap, you know?
Oh, there's tons of overlap.
Yeah.
I mean, have you seen all the compilations of 3-chord songs, which are just Pachelbel's Canon over and over and over?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So why don't you just write one of those?
Yeah.
Write a little jingle.
Yeah. No, you could. I mean, but I think I think everybody like kind of finds like their own like uniqueness, you know, which is like sometimes more obvious than not. But like for you last night, it was like I feel like you have more of an advantage of that because like you are starting out in the cover band and like you have to like try like so many different people's uniqueness.
You get exposure to different styles.
Yeah, exactly. Like, dude, you did Little Peep last night in an acoustic version, and like that was awesome, dude. And like that's what I'm saying. Like last night to just kind of see like the variations of everything going through was just so sick, dude. And like I feel like to me, like I think that's almost like that's its own talent in its own to be able to just kind of like flex to like one like Wagon Wheel to Little Peep to Chris Stapleton.
There's that flexibility, yeah, and then there's always like putting your own spin on things, and that can be difficult as well to take a song and make it, you know, somewhat your own.
Yeah, like a couple songs that like my band does, we do covers of other bands. Like Green Day covers I Think We're Alone Now. And we do their cover of that song.
Yeah, that's sick.
We'll pass it through a couple filters. It'll be unrecognizable eventually.
Yeah, yeah. And I imagine like even writing songs like on its own would be tough. You know, like like a lot of it's like poetry. You know, it's like kind of to get into like that a little bit. So, I mean, I don't know. You think you'd ever try it?
I try it. I can write a really cool hook. And then I don't know, you know, the other skeletons within.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know. I didn't do that good in poetry class either.
Well, just like you were saying last night, you know, like being able to sing for that long, you know, is just a muscle. I brought it up to you. I was like, do you like take classes or something? And you were like, no, like no classes. But I mean, to be able to like to do that is crazy. And you were saying like it's really just doing it. The more you do it, the more you exercise it, just like a muscle, you know, and the better you get
From the
at
first time I ever played, like, I'd sing 3 songs, and I'm just like, and, like, my voice would crack, like, throughout the middle of the set, and I'm just like, you know, when...
Chugging water.
I used to just have, like, honey, just, like, eat honey.
Yeah.
That would help a little bit.
Yeah.
And then, like, the first go around with my band, I was the only one who sang.
Yeah.
But now all 4 of us sing.
Yeah.
And so that's cool. I love the uniqueness, and you know, everyone even says like the type of music we play, it's not the typical like, you know, go out there and play the Killers. Everyone's
Right.
like, yeah.
Yeah.
Every time we play at Molly McGuire's, we always have a group of hacklers just saying, "Play Stacy's Mom." I'm like, I hate that song.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah.
But like, it'll go on for an hour.
Yeah.
Play Stacy's Mom.
Yeah, I would have. That's probably always going to happen. You know what I mean? Especially like a small venue like that. And I guess like, do they like leave it up to like the staff to like shut them up? Because that's crazy.
I mean, it's just bartenders there. I mean, they have
I feel
security
like it's also just kind of
guards, but
part of the experience. You're gonna have hecklers no matter what.
yeah, it's not like I can be like, hey, kick them out.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, what do you?
they just
want to
have fun. Like, I get it.
Yeah. What do you usually do for that when they?
Try to just look away. And,
Yeah. Just ignore them.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Drown them out.
I said on the mic, I said, I hate that song, and then just like continued.
Yeah. Like, I respectfully refuse. Yeah. I mean, it would be like, Stacy's Mom costs you $100. I need $100 right now to play Stacy's Mom.
That's probably what I'm going to start saying, because like we've done it before, and it's just like there's like certain songs like that I can't listen to anymore.
What's your no-go list? Stacy's Mom.
Like we play like Beverly Hills by Weezer. I'm just like,
Yeah.
like there was a video of them even playing the song, and they said, "Wow, I hate this song." Like it's just, you know, if you don't hear it in a while, yeah, you love the song.
Yeah.
But like, if it's all the time,
Yeah, yeah, and it doesn't like have that originality where you're out somewhere and like you get to play a song. Like you do kind of want to like play like something that's like more niche. You don't want to just be like playing all pop music.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, but yeah, I say that you like tell the people who are heckling like, hey, go gather up $100 and I'll play it. You know, it's like that's the only way to do it, dude. But yeah. So do you think like ever just kind of doing your own thing on your own? Because I mean, I know like you were just saying that like it is cool like that you guys get to like do this band, which is like really like the way like you kind of have to do it. But like, would the band ever want to like start like songwriting or like doing anything like that?
I don't think so. Just because of how our personalities are. Like,
Okay.
none of us is like, oh, music is our personality.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Like, so with that, like, it's harder. Like we just like, it's like more, you know, like a side thing for us.
Yeah. Just kind of like a fun like kind of small
Yeah.
gig you get to do on the weekend and just make some cash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We very much enjoy it.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, because it was like last night I was listening like to you, and then like, your other, I think the guitarist also like
Me.
just came up and just kind of played your breaks while you took a break.
yeah, I was like completely. I was in that corner. I was so cold. I couldn't play guitar anymore. So
Oh,
I was
shit.
like, "Yo, can help me out?"
Yeah, yeah.
And then, especially just like playing by yourself and singing every single time, like it came to the point where my voice was just like,
yeah. And if you want to make it to like the long haul to the end, it's like you gotta know how to pace. I'm sure too. You know, without being your first time, like you were just kind of going with it, right? Yeah.
Well, going forward, are you gonna pick songs that are like easier on your vocal range if you have to stretch it out that long?
That's the thing. Like, I don't like just getting filler songs. Like, I have to like really like them.
Yeah,
like,
because I
you
mean,
know?
no, I get that completely. It's not worth doing. But like, you know, my singing is confined only to my car when I'm driving in traffic and no one else can hear how bad I am. But like after 2 or 3 songs of, you know, certain bands which stretch my already limited vocal range, I'm done. Like I can't do it at all. If I wanted to even entertain the thought of going for like an hour, 2, 3 hours, like I'm picking songs that are just like flat, just out of necessity.
Yeah, like where you can get away with just talk singing them.
Yeah.
But I feel like some of the songs like are really good that we do, like are really good exercises on my voice. Like before we did like Killing in the Name.
Oh, sick.
So, and like,
Yeah.
you know, I go all out for it.
Yeah,
like we have
that's
options to like drop down the tone of the song.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just like, nah, it doesn't sound right. We got to do it the normal way. Like, I don't
Yeah.
care about my voice.
Yeah.
Which I probably should, but you know,
Yeah.
if you play a place at like Molly McGuire's in Phoenixville,
Yeah.
like half the people are singing anyway. You don't really,
Yeah.
you don't even need to sing.
Right.
It's the
Yeah.
experience.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. How much like editing or like just like tech know-how I had to go in for all the audio stuff? Because I know like this whole podcast was just a huge learning experience for Adrian and I. Like,
Yeah, we're still learning.
it.
Yeah, it kind of feels like it's always something new, right?
Yeah, like we still run into problems, you know,
Yeah.
feedback issues,
Amen.
all this.
Amen,
The
dude.
one time we did, it was like I think it was Thanksgiving Eve. We played at a place called Big Phil's at the Coventry Mall.
Okay.
And we did our, like, I think it was like half of our last set. We had our mixer board muted, but we still got all of the sound from the monitors, but we couldn't tell. And I was like playing something. I was like, wait, something's wrong. It's like something's up with the mixer board. We're like trying to mess with it. And then, like, you know, too much time was passed by. We're like, whatever, we'll play from the monitors.
Yeah.
People could still kind of hear it.
Yeah.
And then, like, 10 minutes later, our guitar player was like, oh, the mute button is switched.
Darn.
And I was like, well, oh well.
Yeah. Damn.
We tried.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Well, it was such a great time last night, dude. And so I mean, I was so glad to be able to like come see you play. But yeah, to me, like in my head, I was just like, dude, this is so awesome. Like I don't know how to play any instrument, and like being able to like even see it live, like even just seeing live music, like I haven't done in so long, and it's such an experience, so much fun. You know? And it's even cooler to know you.
Yeah.
You
Technically, when we last weekend when we were at that one place, they had someone playing down in the corner, but we were all the way upstairs, away from.
Oh
that.
yeah. I mean, and honestly, like I didn't notice that until we went to the bathroom.
Yeah, it took me a while
Yeah.
to realize that was even live.
Yeah. That was fun too. Yeah, dude, it's so awesome to like just kind of like see like an evolution of the whole hot commodity, dude. That's so sick.
Yeah, we went through 3 different versions of the band so far.
Yeah, I bet. And that's like probably the only way that you can do it, you know, to like just get better. Like it has to evolve like that, you know. And it's like it's good on you guys like as a band to like recognize like the growth, you know, which I know has been hard, you know, to like have to go through, you know, either different processes or like people coming in and out of the band, you know. There's a lot. And then so it's also it's just you, right? There's no manager, there's nothing.
We all work together.
Yeah.
Someone's like, hey, I got this gig. Someone's like, hey, I got this gig.
Yeah.
We're like, cool.
Yeah, that's
do it.
cool. Yeah.
But then there's some places where you need a manager and they go through a booking agent.
Right.
So we're just like, oh, I guess we're not playing there.
Yeah. So okay. So is that like kind of like because like you were saying, where like you don't want this to like consume you. You know, it's got to stay fun. It's got to stay easy. You know,
once it's not fun anymore, then
why do it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
why, like, you know, I could do acoustic sets by myself.
Yeah. Which I do honestly, like for like bar, like especially like the bar that we went to last night. That was like such a good vibe, you know, and all the songs you played were perfect. And it was like, and it's also like, dude, it's so cool to be like, to just look around and like see everybody else just like jamming and singing, just enjoying it and be like, that's my friend. That's my friend. Yeah. So, I mean, dude, it's just a special treat, man. That's so sick. So I'll say it here now. I feel like you guys have crazy potential to go way further, but you know, again, like if I feel like it's also kind of one of those things, like if it happened, you know, it happens. But like if you're like trying to do that, it's one of those things that'll never happen, right? You know what I mean? Like, would you accept that kind of change?
I mean, it's just, you know, as far as cover bands go.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
But I have, you know, like I follow on like social medias. There are like cover bands that like, you know, they have like 50K, 100K followers, and like people follow them everywhere. Like there's a country cover band. I think their name's Shot of Southern. They play at like the same places we are, but they go to like the beach, and they have an amazing following.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you know, maybe we can get to that spot one day.
Yeah.
But like their schedule, like, you know, they play like maybe every weekend, every other weekend.
Yeah. Yeah. That's like kind of too much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, like having that kind of commitment, like certainly is hard, you know, and like we're kind of going through that too, like with the podcast, where like, you know, I would say that like most people would probably agree that like if if there's something that you know comes out like on a regular basis, or like you know that like, hey, like every weekend we can go see, you know, Hot Commodity play, or like every weekend like this show comes on, like that's how you stay relevant. And like, because like without it, like people kind of forget, you know, like, and there's always, like, especially today, there's so much of that. There's so many bands, there's so many like shows, so many podcasts.
Everyone's running a podcast out of their basement nowadays.
Yeah, yeah. So, so it's certainly hard, you know, to like to be able to do it. And you know, a podcast is nothing compared to you guys doing a set every weekend, you know, at night, you know.
Hey, now let's not sell ourselves short. We're down here for hours slaving away.
Yeah, but same thing.
I mean, it's nothing compared to like lugging all of your equipment, like, and like,
having to go from location to location.
Yeah, and then, but also like being able to like take like your night away, you know, which is like everyone else is relaxing and you have to go to work, you know, like whether you love it or not, like it's still like it's still like that thing where like you don't get to relax and have a drink, you know, like you have to go up there and like perform a show.
Yeah,
you know?
there's
so,
sometimes
like,
where you're up there and you're just like, wow,
that looks fun.
or you're just like, wow, I wish I was at home watching Cops.
Yeah, dude, for sure. Yeah, so I feel like also though, like if somebody like just, you know, for instance, you know, was like listening to this and they also were like a songwriter, and like they could give you guys a song that was like completely original. They were like, here, you guys should try singing this. And then, you know, ideally like they would be like a songwriter that like is just trying to get a start and they just need a band to sing their songs.
Ghostwriters.
Yeah, ghostwriters just to write their songs, and there's a partnership there, and like before you know it, like you're not really a cover band, like you're just singing like all of these songs, and then because that could be a whole new learning experience too.
That's a lot of pop bands and like artists nowadays. They don't write their own songs. There's like 2 people that write 90% of music you hear on the radio right now.
Yeah.
There's some European guy, I forget his name, but he was like writing for like NSYNC and Backstreet Boys and all that. Like,
yeah,
and Charlie Puth writes a lot of songs for people too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that is like it's a big thing for like most artists like don't write their own stuff. Like
I think more are now, but for a while like it was all manufactured music.
Yeah. So like to be like a singer-songwriter was like kind of crazy, you know. So, and I get like, again, it's the same thing. It's hard. It would take it could quickly take all the fun out of it for sure, you know.
Yeah. And then stressing about it. Is it good enough? Right. Do people actually like it?
Yeah. You don't want that.
I mean, that comes with anything that you create and put out into the world. You're always worried, like, is this up to par? Like,
yeah, I feel like I'm too much of a perfectionist anyway, so I'll just be like, it's fine. I'll try another one another day.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's like the same thing with this. Like, I feel like most of the time we're just kind of like just throwing whatever at the wall and just trying to make it work, you know. And you know, especially because like we're not doing like a podcast that's like, you know, like today on like this, or like we're only talking about these things, or like we're only talking about this one topic. Yeah, so like now like we haven't like boxed ourselves in, so we're not like the perfectionists at this. So people are like could say like, oh, that's not a very good science podcast. They don't have like a good.
They haven't researched it enough.
Yeah, they don't really know their stuff. You know, like we're just kind of hanging out with friends, which is like makes our job a lot easier. You know,
like I said, do what you love. Don't gotta work a day in your life.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just still waiting for this to pay. So
yeah. I guess we're waiting on that check.
Now I know you said you're not like your goal isn't success. Like first and foremost, you're just in this to have fun. But would you be opposed to making, you know, a job out of this where this could be your?
I would love it if it paid enough.
Yeah,
if it paid for health benefits.
Yeah, to buy your own.
And maybe you could do
insurance.
What those big cover bands on YouTube do, where like they'll take a country song or a rap song and make it rock or something like that.
That's what I was gonna do last night, and then like, you know, I was just like so cold in this corner. Like I was gonna do some Kanye stuff. I had some Kid Cudi in there.
Oh hell yeah!
I did Frank Ocean. I tried it. I didn't really like it last night.
Yeah, there's so many good songs, dude.
I think there's one band. Awesome. It's like Flame on Fire or something like that, where all they do is covers, but they just take pop songs and rap and all that stuff and just make it rock. And they're big enough that I've heard of them, and I don't really go looking for that stuff too often. So
yeah, I always look up those videos just for like ideas and stuff, because it would be awesome to do some Eminem or something.
yeah,
Yeah, that would be super cool.
Rap God.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, dude, and your Instagram is also super sweet for Hot Commodity. So I brought it up here. So like, who does all this artwork for you guys?
I do.
You do? Dude, it's so cool, man. I mean, walk me through that a little bit.
So if you scroll all the way down, so that first one,
This picture?
no, or the second one where I did that. At the time, they were like, "Hey, like, we don't have like a picture of all you guys to like post on our social medias." And I was like, "Give me a second."
So you just had to like just
I
crop.
tried to figure it out. My sister actually did this for me.
Oh, okay.
And then I was like, "Well, this is just how it should be."
Yeah.
So then I learned how to do it really well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just
it's-
Photoshop faces.
Yep.
Just Photoshop faces onto hilarious pictures. It's so good, dude. So we'll go, just kind of scroll through some of them. Dude, it's just so good. The Shrek one.
So this place used to be called Swamp Pike Pub, and then Swamp. So I was like Shrek.
Oh,
Naturally.
yeah.
Then they changed it to the Pub.
Yeah. Ghostbusters.
Yeah, it was for a Halloween party.
Checks out. Who's this one? Dunder
Office.
Mifflin. Stranger Things.
Welcome to Pottstown.
Welcome to Pottstown. That's so funny. Yeah. So people, Reno 911. Yeah.
We
so,
played at it was like the FOP Lounge in Reading.
Oh, okay.
They call it the Pig Pen.
That's so good. Yeah, dude. So I mean, these are like way more clever than I even thought. Like I thought these were just funny, but like, dude, it's so good.
And then that one was that was just our Christmas card.
Yeah. So Holly thought that this was is that Mean Girls?
I don't know. I just looked up.
She saw it and she's like, I'm pretty sure that's from that movie.
I just looked up Sexy Christmas.
Yeah.
And then if you go down, that was my favorite one.
SpongeBob?
No, below that.
Oh.
We did an after party for Ben Bailey. He played he had a comedy set at Soul Joel's, the old Sunnybrook Ballroom.
Yeah.
So he did a comedy set, and after that, we played for like an after party they had.
Sick.
That's the Cash Cab guy.
Yeah. Yeah,
He's-
Ben Bailey, the cash cab guy.
He's a lot taller in person. He's like 6'6".
Is he?
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
shit.
huge.
That's funny. Yeah, I mean, if whoever's listening right now should just stop listening and go find Hot Commodity on Instagram and just scroll through all these. They're so fun, dude. Like I love it. Like that whole idea of like being able to like advertise like that is so funny. Like I always just look forward to them whenever the next show comes out.
Still, all that whole list. I only have one poster for them.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the one I did for my acoustic thing that I did last night, I did one, and it was when MTV did like Unplugged. It was Kurt Cobain who was doing an acoustic set, so I
Yeah.
kind of took his poster,
Yeah.
and then I put my face. He was like, had a guitar and he was smoking a cigarette. I was
Yeah.
like, it's classic.
Sick. Yeah, dude, totally sick. Yeah. Dude, so cool, man. So cool. Yeah, so Hot Commodity, y'all. Check them out. So yeah, your next show is
The 17th.
17th.
Nice, dude. Yeah, so the Ole Fair Center, I think you were talking to me about that last night. What's that place like?
I've only been there. They have the Ole Fair every year, and it's crazy there. They have pig weighing competitions.
Whoa.
They weigh pigs, and it's like it's
Yeah.
very country. I really like it.
Okay.
But yeah, they have like petting zoo, cool animals there.
Yeah.
Food trucks.
Yeah, I'll say like the alley was a much more like my sort of environment. You know, I felt like, cause I was talking last night about it. Like, you know, like Molly's is cool. Like I was there a long time ago. You know, when I was a bit more of a free soul. But Holly and I, we went to Iron Hill. I think it was like last summer, and we went on a Friday. So we got to dinner a little bit late, and they closed. I think they start kicking people out around like 9:30, and then they turn Iron Hill into a bar. So they want all like the people who are in the restaurant to like leave. Yeah. So I think they stopped seating people at 9. I think we got there like at 9. So like by like 10 o'clock, they're like, get the hell out. And so we only had like 2 drinks. You know, we had a long week, and we were like, well, like maybe like it's not too late. Like let's just go like sneak into like a bar before it gets too late, and then like it gets all, you know, crazy in there. And walked in there at 10 o'clock, and it was like, where am I? And like the madness had already ensued, and I was like we try to like kind of like scooch our way through like the dance floor and the dancing at 10, and like there's the crowd of people. We got halfway, and I was like other way, go back to Holly. And I was like, go, we're getting out of here.
10 o'clock's like when we would start playing there.
Yeah,
and it's not that packed as much as it gets.
Okay,
like you might think, oh, this is packed, because it is.
Yes,
but it just triples.
Oh my god,
you cannot, like, it comes to the point where it's like 12, 1 o'clock. You're just like, all right. That's why I'm just content up on stage, not having to do anything.
Yeah.
Hey, what is that on out by Barnaby's?
Yeah,
like
another one.
One time I went by, it's like 12:30. It is 28 degrees outside, and there's a line down the block to get in. I'm like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah.
It's not. I've been in there before. It's not worth it.
No, not at all. And I guess like when you want a party and you want that vibe, I guess it's worth it. But like, is it worth waiting in the cold?
Bro, invite like everyone you know, put them in like a room this big, and then blare music, and there's
shut
your
the lights off, have a good time.
Can't move.
It's the same
hot.
thing.
You're bumping into everyone.
Yeah, and so like I just like that part of my body is just out. You know, so
I've
like
gotten old.
I would totally go see you at Molly's, and I was totally intending to, but like the fog was so bad that one night when you played on the 26th. Like I was on 30, and I was like, yo, this is like I can't see.
I remember that day.
Yeah,
it was like Silent Hill. It's just
bro,
fog
it was
rolling. You can't see
crazy.
anything.
Yeah, so like I was like,
so what's like
texting?
The most relaxed venue you play at?
I would say like probably the alley, right?
Yeah, there when it's outside too.
Like, oh yeah, the outside was so sick
because it's so big. It's not crammed.
Mm-hmm.
It's awesome.
It's a good vibe. Yeah,
that was the first place I ever played at.
Yeah,
so that place will always have a special place in my heart.
Yeah, and the pizza was really good too. I think it was Brick and Bridge.
I believe so.
Shout out. But I mean, hey, just go to the alley. You'll find the only pizza place inside of it, brand new and beautiful.
But in the summer, like every weekend, they have different food trucks come.
Oh, okay, sick.
There's this one. It's like a lobster truck. And they have like lobsters, lobster mac and cheese.
Yeah,
it's my favorite.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. I couldn't help but notice all the dog bowls out there, so I was like, yeah, we're bringing the pups.
Yeah, you can bring your dog. They have special events on some of the weekends in the summer.
Yeah.
It's just like puppy day.
Yeah,
they have a cornhole league.
Oh yeah, dude. So shout out to my cousin. My cousin Zach. He does I think he does like a traveling like league,
competitive cornhole,
like competitive cornhole, and they have like huge competitions. Like I mean, like sometimes it's like a whole weekend, you know, and they'll drive kind of far to go do these things, and he wins money, and he's really good. Yeah, it's crazy like how like just where sports are going, you know. It's like, so speaking of that, speaking of sports, good segue. Have you heard of the enhanced games?
The enhanced games?
Yeah, it's exactly what you think. Steroids, PEDs.
Oh, I did see that, yeah.
Yeah, dude. I mean, how sick is that? Are we ready to watch baseball again?
Are we ready to watch humanity push to its absolute limit?
Yeah.
We should make the parks bigger.
Yeah, I think they're gonna have to. I mean, I think that like
use metal bats.
Dude, as soon as if
everything.
If they can bring back if they legalize aluminum bats, everybody's watching, dude. Like, because like if they don't, like we're just gonna be breaking bats. We're back to Barry Bonds, just snapping, like literally breaking bats into home runs, which is like the craziest thing, right? Like it's wild for like to go from, like if you think about like the inertia that it would take to, like to break that bat
and still smack that ball like clean out of the park.
Clean out of the park, dude. And like back, and I know they still do it today, but like back then there would be like crowds of people like in the water around some of the baseball fields because like they're waiting for that ball to come flying in, dude. But yeah, I feel like baseball is that big one where like it definitely, like I love baseball and all, but like it definitely slowed down once it, you know, they started cleaning up the athletes.
I feel like every sport did that.
Well, yeah, but like football still remains crazy competitive and like crazy, like it's just very wild. Basketball the same way, you know, and I mean I'm sure there's like some other ones that are like, but like there's like baseball I felt like was like the one where you go to watch the highlights today and then you go watch Barry Bonds, Mark McGwire highlights. It's cracking, dude. Bats. It's sick. Yeah, it's way cool. Yeah, so they're trying to make this league. I think, and like they're also going to pay the people. Like,
yeah, wait, are they doing sports or are they just doing like Olympic game style stuff? I think.
Well, I mean, I think it might be more Olympic game style stuff, but I would have to imagine that like once, because I think it's supposed to be. I think you're right. I think it is supposed to be more like competing with like the Olympics because they're actually going to pay the people. So like if you're like an elite champion in the Olympics, you don't get a dime. You know, it's pretty much like going to college for sports. So like as soon as you get done and you are like a gold medalist, yeah, I mean people are waiting to give you a paycheck as soon as you get out. But like you have to go through that whole thing, all the costs that it takes to like train yourself and like the conditioning and the food, and like you can't have a job. You can't like be like working a job and then also be in the Olympics.
It's like 9 to 5. Then this weekend I'm running the 100 against Usain Bolt.
400-meter dash. Yeah.
Well, you saw that that ad that I sent you. The guy was like, "I am the fastest man alive.
Yeah,
I beat Usain Bolt's world record. Yeah." But you don't know me because I'm enhanced.
Yeah.
It's just like have that, but now you're doing steroids and cocaine.
Yeah, you just do whatever you want. Yeah, so it should be pretty sick. Like I would definitely watch. I'm not a huge Olympics guy, but like I would have to imagine like because there's a couple things that they're also selling it as is like it's science based. Where like because it's not just steroids, it's also the just performance enhancing drugs.
Yeah, we're not going to give them meth.
No, yeah,
but if you want, you can.
Yeah, but if you yeah,
it's if you test it
hot, it's okay. You do you. Yeah, so like, but just so like EPO and like some of these other things that like just help give like an edge for recovery. Like a lot of people use EPO to like if they're cutting weight, to give them energy if they're not eating as much, and then like these like even peptides, which are technically things that are like naturally produced in your body. If you're injecting those things, that also is illegal in any sport, and they're usually mostly made for like recovery and stuff like that. So like in the eyes of the enhanced games, are like this is way safer. Like we're giving every science-driven thing that we have at our disposal to be able to, make sure the athletes are as healthy and as awesome as they can be, And like steroids alone definitely would help. And I think too, dude, like there's a lot of like research in steroids, but because it's never been like legalized in like major sports, like the NFL, if they let that happen, and they would be
the
like
the amount of money that would go into the steroid like research and development would be.
Yeah, I would say like, dude, 5 years of it running through, like you would start to see like people being like, yeah, my doctor has put me on like D-ball, dude, and like I'm going through like test cycles and shit, like because at that point the doctors would have like figured out like, okay, what's safe, what's a sustainable way to do this, like maybe you only need to do it for like a month, a year, and then but leading up to that like 6 months you do all the blood work, we do all these tests, we know what to look for, if it's going to not work for you, and even figuring out like allergies. There's so many people like, I don't know if you know much about like, the whole steroid thing, but there's a lot of people who take steroids and then they have like terrible acne, and like they'll have like acne scars. It literally looks like they had acid dumped on them, you know, or like flicked on them. Like there's just these like just holes in their chest and on their back, like just scars. It's terrible, dude. And then some people are just fine, and then they're like, well, what's that? You know?
Why?
Yeah. And then also like the gyno thing. So if you take too much steroids, you know, you get some tits, you know, as a guy, and then that just doesn't go away. You just get these like milky things.
I heard that's the same thing with a lot of soy sauce.
Yo, what? What's the story about
soy?
that?
Yeah, I heard about that. I don't know the science behind it, but apparently, like, I know it's a stereotype to like call someone a soy boy if they're like kind of effeminate, or if
I
like,
understand that
yeah,
phrase now.
Yeah.
But apparently, it can cause some effeminate traits in men.
Interesting.
I only saw like headlines. I didn't look into it, but it's something I have heard.
Yeah.
I don't want to substantiate it without looking into it myself, but it's out there.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, I had not heard of that. That's very interesting. Yeah, and apparently there's a lot of big investors for this enhanced games. Do you remember any of them?
There was a whole list.
Peter
was like
Thiel was on there.
Let me just pull up that post that I sent.
Yeah, pull it up. But yeah, I don't know. You a big fan of the Olympics?
Oh yeah,
yeah, like Winter Olympics, right?
Both.
Winter Olympics. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like the snowboarding is like so cool.
Oh, I know.
You know what I mean?
the bobsledding.
Yeah, and then like oh yeah, dude,
Bobsledding was always my favorite.
Bobsledding is so cool, dude.
Christian Angermeyer, PayPal co-founder Peter Thiel, Coinbase or former Coinbase CTO. I can't even say that name. It's very Indian, and I'm not gonna try.
Not gonna butcher it. Hey, but he's on there. He knows who he is.
Shout out.
Millions of dollars.
Shout out.
But yeah, it looks like they're gonna basically do an enhanced Olympics, and I think there's a place for both. You know, humanity in its natural state. Yeah, humanity in its natural state and what it can do, and then what we can do with all of the tools at our disposal, short of like straight up cyborg exoskeletons.
Yeah.
Now, do you think doing that would lead to a lot more experimental things? You know,
Absolutely.
Steroids, you know, that's the limit. It's like saying how weed's a gateway drug. What's above steroids?
Yeah.
Have you seen that cyberpunk TV show that Netflix made?
I didn't see it, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Cybernetic enhancements. With
I know
Elon
what you're
Musk's
saying though.
Neuralink.
Like, yeah, like if once everyone's using steroids, it's gonna be like, okay, now like the bar is here. Now we're all on steroids and it's right here. How do I get my edge beyond steroids to beat all the other guys?
Angel
who are
dust.
Like, it's crystal meth.
I got springs surgically implanted in my ankles.
I've replaced my tendons with steel cables.
Yeah, but bionic dudes like what with the android, right? Or like isn't that like the term for
Android is like a robot, like through and through. Cyborg, I think, is the term. Where you're like person and robot.
Yeah, we don't want to misgender whatever.
What's your gender?
Yeah,
Cyborg.
I mean this might not age well in 10 years when we got them competing in the enhanced games. Yeah, no, it's wild though. But yeah, dude, bobsledding always so sick on the Olympics,
I don't know
dude.
if you can really enhance that.
No, well, you probably could, because I would say
the push at the beginning.
Well, I think there's two main factors. There's being really strong and being really light.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I think EPO is a big one for that. You know, I would also have to just guess that methamphetamine would really work for that.
But is the pusher guy, is he drug tested? What if he was on steroids?
Yeah.
Well, that's what we're saying with the enhanced games. How that would benefit bobsledding.
Yeah.
You got the pusher. And I guess the stamina needed to like lean your weight and fight the G-forces as you're going down the track.
Yeah.
They have mind enhancement drugs so you can like react quicker, not bounce off the wall and lose that 10th.
Yeah, could. And then to your point, maybe that's the next thing, is that people are gonna have like this like crazy hyper like fast tissue or fast twitch tissue fiber thing where like now they're just like scientists have come up with a way for
Are
you
you
to
talking about like genetic engineering past
yeah.
that?
I think that's what kind of Gardy was saying.
So
is
we
like
replace all our long twitch muscles that are good for endurance with fast twitch
Yeah.
muscles, so we have the proportionate strength of a chimpanzee.
Exactly. I was thinking more like Spider-Man, but that's good.
Well, that's
good.
That's the actual science. Like that's why a chimpanzee will rip your face off, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah,
They got more
and
fast twitch
quick.
muscles.
Yeah.
So they are like instantaneously stronger, but they're going to run out of steam well before you.
Yeah.
If you survive.
I could take them. Yeah. What did you ever see that like Chip Empire thing? Speaking of chimps, I haven't seen it either, but it's supposed to be like pretty crazy.
I seen Planet of the Apes.
I haven't seen that, but I've heard that it's pretty. I spelled it wrong. But yeah, it's on Netflix. The Chimp Empire is this like, it's kind of like more of like a documentary style, but these guys and ladies, they all like just submerge themselves in this jungle somewhere and just like slowly start getting closer and closer to the chimps, to where like, and they do it like strategically so they don't like mess up anything. If they see them, they just stay there. They don't use the bathroom out there. They don't eat out there. They don't speak out there. They're like, so over time, I'm sure it took a long time. Now the chimps are just like, oh yeah,
Acclimated.
that thing's just there, but they don't mess with us. Let's go. And then they just go do the thing. So like that led them to seeing that chimps just eat chimps. And I was like, yo. So I've been meaning to watch it. But yeah, they, it's pretty eye-opening, apparently.
Chimps are vicious. When they get in fights, they aim for two areas primarily: your face and your genitals.
Yeah.
They
Seems
want to
a
make sure
little
you can't
targeted.
see and that you can't reproduce.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so crazy. You guys all hear about the lady like years ago that had a chimp and it like ripped her face off? I think that she was like possibly having like some.
She had a face transplant, I think.
Yeah. Well, I think what happened was the lady was really cool with the chimp. Like maybe too cool with the chimp. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly. And then she had a friend come over, and the friend came over. I don't know if they had met before, but like the chimp just felt like intimidated. Like her and the friend were like too close to each other, and he was like, "That's mine. Get away!" Just ripped this lady's face off. God. Yeah, terrible, dude.
What do? You're just there. You have to just watch it. There's
Yeah.
nothing you can do.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I feel like if they ever like legalized having a chimpanzee, I feel like you have to be a black belt in jiu-jitsu. Like you got to be able to take that thing down, dude. like you got to make sure that there's like some way to get that thing like off of someone, or just like, and like, dude, who would even want that? I don't even understand why like you would like want just like I mean, I guess people do. I mean, people like having snakes and shit.
Oh yeah, they have them big snakes, and they're just like, that's weird. He keeps laying across me at night.
Yeah,
just sizing me up. That's cute.
Yeah, he's always
wants
trying
to cuddle.
Squeeze. Yeah, he's always cuddling me really hard. just yeah. I'll never understand that, but yeah, big dog guy, just friendly, very like domesticated puppy.
It's the first animal we domesticated, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, probably. I would say. I think you're right. Like that's got to go back really far.
40,000 years about.
Wolves. Yeah.
And cats are just awful. Like you can just go try to pet it and it just
Yeah.
cuts you.
Yeah, and then also like they say like if you like died in your house, like a cat would just eat you immediately. Like a dog would like, they'd be like maybe a month, and they'd be like, damn, I gotta eat him.
Yeah, a dog would wait
They
until
feel
it needed
bad.
to eat. A cat would wait a couple days.
Yeah, or maybe like an hour or two, and just be like, just start scratching at you.
No, also like
Nah, I mean, cats.
I don't want to disparage cats even more than
Yeah.
we've already been jumping on them, but apparently I've heard that if cats were about the size of dogs, bigger dogs, it'd be like having a cheetah or a tiger in your house. Like,
Oh, that makes sense.
it's not. It would
Yeah.
not be safe. The thing that makes them safe is that they're too small to do serious damage to you.
Yeah. Nah, dude, that makes sense. The way a cat can look at you sometimes is like, yo.
I mean, our
It's a
own
little-
cat, like, she'll be purring, happy, and then just decide that's enough and, like, try to take a swipe at you or snap at you. She
Yeah.
hasn't actually, like, drawn blood from me on purpose,
Yeah.
but, like, she has snapped at me, and I'm like, you were literally just purring. Like, what was that?
Yeah. What's all that about? Yeah.
But that's only happened like once or twice, so
Yeah.
it's probably fine.
Yeah. So technology, dude.
Are we changing gears?
Changing gears. Apple Vision Pro, dude. So like when I saw this Apple Vision Pro thing, the first time I saw someone using it, they were working on a car. And they had like with the goggles on, and they had like a YouTube video up in the corner.
Like Chris Fix It or something.
How to fix it.
Tony Stark.
Yeah, yeah. So like, dude, like, what if like you had these goggles on and you had like all of like your song lists, you know, and like all your verses.
Have the lyrics up.
Yeah,
Got all the tabs for the guitar.
yeah, yeah. You could also like you could have like on the one side have all that, and then like your audio levels on the other, dude. You know.
And I can even just like put a group of people in front of me. So
Oh yeah.
There could be 5 people there, but I'm looking at
I'm playing a
300
packed
people.
house.
Yeah, yeah, dude. Yeah, you're in an arena right now.
Yeah, that thing has a bunch of cameras on the outside. It's got very good, like, I forget what they call it, but it's like spatial awareness where you can put an object in 3D space and like move your head all around and it stays right there, like on the screen and does not move.
Yeah, so like if you set it there and then you just walked away,
yeah,
and then turned around, it'd be right there again.
Yeah, because like I've dealt with, I guess like an app on my phone or something. Yeah, Pokemon Go is a perfect example. You can like see the Pokemon on the ground there through your phone's camera, but if you like move your phone around a lot, you can see it like kind of twitching in place. It's not perfectly placed. But from the videos I've seen, that thing will just be like rock solid right there. It holds it there perfectly. It tracks your hands perfectly to like the windows you have in space.
Yeah.
And if you watch like VR footage of any VR headset, you can see that like your head's actually very shaky. It never like holds still. Your brain cancels it out through your own vision, but when you watch people wearing that, they're like all over the place. But it's really good at compensating for that.
How much are these going for?
Oh, a lot of money.
$3,499 is where it starts.
Or
To get a terabyte, it's closer to like $4,000.
but it's $291 a month for a year.
Yeah, it's like a small car payment.
Oh no, that was a car payment like 5 years.
Yeah, yeah. How dare I? Yeah,
I'm selling my car to get the Apple Vision Pro.
yeah, yeah. I mean, this thing pays for itself. I mean, you can't really drive. Oh, dude, you could drive
No,
with
you
these
can.
on.
You actually kind of can.
Yeah,
You lose some of your peripheral vision, but as far as like pass-through mode,
yeah.
again, from the couple videos I've seen, this is among like the best with like no latency. I think they said latency is like 12 milliseconds.
Yeah.
So you could, if you get into an accident, you're probably going to get in, a shitload of trouble. But and again, you lose some peripheral vision.
Yeah. And like I wonder if like at some point like this would make our vision even better and make our like response times even better.
Response time, I don't know.
Well, I mean, I know not right now. Not right now. Like this
Well, I
is
mean,
like,
if it plugged directly into a Neuralink chip into your brain, maybe.
yeah, which is another good segue.
But
golly.
Yeah, put that segue in your back pocket. But making your vision better, yeah. The screens in that thing. Do you remember back when Apple first introduced the Retina display on their iPhones? It was like the iPhone 5 or something.
Like not Face ID?
No, the Retina display. Just the whole thing behind that was like the pixels on the display are so tiny that you can't see them individually without magnification. So it makes it actually look like a real picture, not a picture on the screen.
Yeah, no, I've not.
That was like the iPhone 4 or 5 or something like that. But ever since then, because I remember it was a big deal when I saw it, I was in the Apple store at the mall. I'm like, wow, I really can't see the pixels. That's crazy. Yeah. But that screen has such a crazy pixel density that you can fit a couple hundred of those pixels in one of the pixels on your phone.
Oh,
jeez.
So even though the screens in that headset are right in front of your eyeballs, you can't see the pixels, and it stops what's called the screen door effect, which a lot of the early VR headsets had, because there's also you can kind of see it in that picture. There's that lens there to focus it for your eye, and it kind of magnifies it a bit. So if you had visible pixels, it's like looking through a screen door. You can just see the grid of the pixels. There's none of that on that. I don't know if other high-end, the the Meta Quest 3 or whatever has like the same pixel density to the point where you don't see the pixels, but that's got one of the best screens on the market for any VR headset.
Yeah,
which
I
is
have
why it's like
that
$3,000.
one, and that that was $300.
Yeah,
and like it's very like cartoony in some of the games you play. Like my favorite one was called Plank, and you can just walk this plank up 60 stories, and you can just jump off it.
A way to get over your fear of heights.
It was so scary. I freaked out.
Yeah.
But that's technology. Being $300, and this is $3,499.
Yeah, so it better be a lot better than your Quest.
Yeah.
Do you have the Quest 2 or 3 or 1?
I had the 3.
The 3? Yeah.
Yeah, and that's only 256 gigs.
Yeah.
That's not a whole lot of storage. And I would have to
In today's
imagine
world.
Yeah, I would have to exactly. And I have to imagine that this thing runs probably most of that storage. Like that thing
I wouldn't
might
be so sure.
just runs it.
Because that's not a computer, so you're not going to have like full-size computer apps on it. It can link to your computer and create a virtual desktop in 3D space
Right. So
for you.
So
Like that, I think it has video recording capability, so that'll be the biggest like.
yeah, so how do you pull up so you could get like a YouTube app, and then that would be
Well, how much space does the YouTube app take on your phone?
right? That's what I'm processing. In
It's
my
probably
head.
more
It's
on the
not-
order of like mobile apps.
I
So
got
like
you.
256
Okay,
is
that
probably a
makes
decent
sense.
amount. But
Yeah, so
your
there's no
video
engine
files-
behind it. It's like driving
No,
like a
it's-
computer does.
No, it does have like a pretty beefy processor, which again is why it's so expensive.
Oh, okay.
But to like kind of save on that, what it does is it'll track your eyes, and also again they cram like the best eye tracking hardware and software they could get their hands on into that thing. It'll track your eyes, and where you're looking, it'll render that like really crisp, really clear, and then soften everything else, like lose the details, everything else around the edges, which is how your vision works. So
Yeah.
you don't miss it. But if you see videos of it from like it's got like a screen recording function, and you can actually tell by looking at the video where it's in focus where the person wearing it is looking.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, because like if you watch a video of it, like you can look.
Yeah,
at
I can
what's
look over
blurred.
here. If the guy's looking over there, this is going to be all blurry, and it'll be sharp over on that side of
Yeah,
the
but
screen.
when you're looking at it, you're like, "What's blurry over there?" And then you look, and
And it
it's,
sharpens
oh,
it.
It's clean.
Yeah. There's a lot of interesting technology in it, but God, that price is hard to swallow.
Yeah, yeah. It'll take some time. It'll come down for sure. Be like $1,000.
And then the new one's going to come out.
Yeah, yeah. And then this one will be dumb and
The biggest
obsolete.
complaints with this thing already are it's heavy and the battery life sucks. So, the next one will come out. It'll be the same price. This one will drop, but then you'll be like, man, I really need that extra battery.
Yeah. I just can't imagine how dumb we're all gonna look with those on our face. Just walking
Yeah, people
around.
were giving Google shit for the Google Glass.
Yeah.
Looking like stupid,
Yeah.
dorky.
Yeah. Yeah. So, how does it even know like where your fingers are? 'Cause I saw them like using their
There's
fingers.
a bunch of cameras along the bottom right here that track your
Okay.
hands.
Okay. And then like they know where you're touching on the screen when you're like when you want to move stuff and close something out and like open something.
That's the magic of software.
I know.
I don't get it. It's wizardry.
It is widget. It's crazy. Yeah. I'm gonna pull up that AI pin because this is another kind of cool one. Just play the YouTube. Oh, damn ad. I keep meaning to log into my other YouTube.
I can't believe you pay for YouTube Premium.
Yeah, things are going pretty well for me.
Welcome to Humane. This is the Humane AI Pen. It's a standalone device and software platform built from the ground up for AI. It comes in 3 colorways. Got Eclipse, Lunar, and Equinox.
I think this guy could stand to be a little more enthusiastic.
A computer and a battery booster. Now the battery booster powers a smaller battery inside the main computer, and this is how we achieve our all-day battery life.
So if you ever exhaust the booster, you just reach into your pocket or bag and hot swap it. This is a perpetual power system that allows you to use your AI pin for as long as you want.
There are no wake words, so it's not always listening or always recording. In In fact, it doesn't do anything until you engage with it. And your engagement comes through your voice, touch, gesture, or the laser ink display.
Yo.
Also comes with its
So
own
that's pretty cool.
connectivity built right in. Our own humane network, connected by T-Mobile.
We were able to pack a lot of technology into something really small. It runs a Qualcomm Snapdragon chipset, and that means it's really fast, which is crucial for AI.
It's got an ultra-wide RGB camera, depth sensor, and motion sensors.
And it's got this really special speaker that creates this bubble of sound. It can be really
Yo.
intimate, or it can be really loud.
It has an indicator that we call the Trust Light that is built directly into the AI Pin's hardware via a dedicated
This might be a
privacy
little
chip.
longer
It's a
than I
10-minute
thought.
video, but what does it do? That's what I'm.
Songs from famous sci-fi films. Got my music
So is it
controls.
dealing with like kind of like hologram?
Little laser projector.
Yeah.
I can skip. If I was to go down, I can pause.
Yo.
And to get back to my home screen, I just close my hand. Okay,
What time is it?
got my clock,
Yeah.
the date. If I tilt my hand up, got nearby.
So what I saw with this is like there was a better commercial. I can probably go back and find it, but there was someone who was like in a market and was like and picked up some dragon fruit, and she was like I don't even know what they. I don't even know if she even announced anything to it, but it was like, hey, how much sugar is in dragon fruit? And they're like, actually, like dragon fruit has this much sugar. And they're like, is dragon fruit GMO? And they're like, yeah, it's GMO. And she's like, awesome. And like puts it down. And like there was like this is like little things where like it was just like instead of Googling something, you could just kind of do it.
Now,
Or like, hey,
If
can you
you've
call
got-
this? Or like, hey, what's on my calendar today? And it was just like meow meow. And they were like, oh, cancel. And it was like, yeah.
I mean, if you got Siri and you got AirPods in, or you know the Android equivalent, how is that any different? Other than the really cool sci-fi like projector on your hand.
See, this thing's a real life Pokédex.
It is legit. So I think honestly, dude, I don't think Siri's that good. I think that like this is like an evolution of Siri, and then obviously you also wouldn't have to have an AirPod in, you know, because like I've tried to ask Siri a million questions and it's like I don't know, and I always miss it, you know. So I think like it's just lacking, and I think this is very similar to that, but like obviously
I mean,
it's
in
like
the commercial, it's very similar, but it could also just end up being the same.
not so great.
Yeah, anytime I need to ask a computer something, I ask my Snapchat AI. Because I feel like, you know, the AI is a lot more accurate than if I asked Siri, in my opinion.
You could use X's new AI Gronk, I think its name.
Yeah, I saw that.
The humane AI pin. And again, I keep bringing it up, but wait till they integrate that kind of stuff in Neuralink. You can just think, what is that? And then it'll give you the answer, and now you'll know. And then how long until it just directly infuses that knowledge into your brain? You don't even have to read the answer. You just, what is that? Oh, okay.
Then you have those thoughts that, like, you think just because you shouldn't think them. And everything you just don't want to see comes up.
And
Oh,
now you're on a
yeah.
watch list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're as equivalent as somebody who shops at Dick's Sporting Goods.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, there are like some things where like you just don't want that like noodling around.
I mean, we've talked about Neuralink before, and where that can lead.
Yeah, and like how scary it actually is.
And then how it might end up being where you don't
Did I
have
just
a
do
choice.
the same video?
That is not. It's 3 minutes long. It's the same intro.
It is.
But they said they're
too
working
close.
with T-Mobile.
Yeah,
Yeah.
iffy.
Well, what's crazy is T-Mobile's like going all in on future tech. They were the first to partner with
this is it.
Starlink, and now they have a couple
really?
prototype satellites up there that do direct to cell phone like cellular network on Starlink, and it's for T-Mobile. Like T-Mobile, it's going to be T-Mobile's network if they go forward with it.
Have you ever seen Starlink?
Well,
Like up in the sky?
Keith saw a
Yeah.
Starlink
I
train.
was freaking out when I saw it. I was like, what is this?
Yeah, yeah.
I haven't seen a Starlink train, but I've seen a Falcon 9 rocket flying overhead.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah. Kind of almost looked like a comet.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Do I have that picture?
Yeah,
pulled
we
up?
were having a fire out back, like a little bonfire, and I'm just
Yeah.
poking the fire. I'm all just
so dope.
completely distracted, and while Holly was waiting, that is sick. She's just playing with Waylon, and she just kind of got knocked over by him on the ground, and she's like looking up at the sky, and she's like, babe, and like just louder and louder, and she's like, babe, seriously, look up, and I like looked up and I was like, what? I'm like, yo, and then dude, there was at least 16 of them, just like in like this like little line. There was like maybe 2 or 3 that were ahead of each other when I was like, that's aliens. Like 3 of them in a row. I'm like,
100%.
that's aliens. And then I saw like the big like train of them all going, and I was like,
That's a fleet of aliens.
that's a fleet. That's a flock. But no, I like, because Adrian's my best friend, I was like, at Starlink, I know what that is. Like he was just telling me about it. I think like on the podcast, and so I was like, no way. And I like Googled it real quick, and then that day at like
I
9
think
o'clock,
You called me that.
yeah,
day.
I did. Yeah, I was freaking out. I was like, I saw it. But I had just like Googled the launch, and we got to like, after seeing it, we were like, because you can always just go on their website, because it goes live, but then you can watch it afterwards as many times as you want. So we got to like watch it, and we are like, this is what happened. It was just kind of cool, to see him fly and to take off. But yeah, no, it's cool shit, and like now they're doing it all the time, right? I mean, it's like,
Oh yeah, last year they were averaging like a launch every 3 days.
yeah, that's crazy. So yeah, like you said, like hopefully Starlink kind of turns into something. Be pretty sweet. Right now, I've heard it's got mixed
million
reviews.
subscribers.
Yeah.
Well, it's got mixed reviews because there's people who are like, "Oh, it's the space internet. It's gonna be great," and they live in somewhere that's got cable, and cable's always gonna be better for cheaper.
Yeah.
This is for if you live out in, the middle of nowhere, and your only options are no internet or like a HughesNet satellite internet,
Yeah.
which is a geostationary satellite that covers a wide area. There's no bandwidth. You get like 5 megabytes per second upload, download. Meanwhile, here we've got like gigabit connection where it's like 100
Yeah.
or like a gigabyte per second.
Yeah.
And also, it's really fucking expensive.
Mhm.
Like the traditional like satellite internet. So Starlink comes in. It's like, yeah, we cost about as much as regular cable internet for most areas, and we can give you, pretty decent internet speed.
Yeah.
Of course, the more people that are on it, the slower it's going to get. But they're also continuously launching more and more of the
Right.
satellites up.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's going through some growing pains. They just got a lot of their funding rescinded, actually, and it's kind of bullshit. But
Yeah.
that's a whole other topic that we can dig into later.
Yeah.
But yeah, so if you live somewhere with cable internet, or Verizon, Comcast, or Warner, whatever is in your area,
Do that.
it's not worth it.
Yeah.
Now, if you have like an RV
Mm-hmm.
and you want internet wherever you go, might be worth it. They make a
Yeah.
mobile version. They make a version for like boats if you're out at sea. They're putting them on airplanes so you can actually have real internet on airplanes,
Yeah.
in the future.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd say like boats and airplanes is a cool idea, right? Like,
Or if you're stranded in the middle of like the desert somewhere.
Yeah, like maybe we would have
Yeah.
found that Malaysian flight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe not.
A lot
Government
more
doesn't want us to
detail.
find that.
Yeah.
Where's the black box? Siri, where's the black box?
Yeah. Yeah. That is
I'm
a
sorry,
crazy.
I can't tell you that.
That is a crazy, wild story, though. With that whole thing, like, and it's almost sad that like aliens is like the most compelling.
Well,
like
if you're talking
excuse.
about that one video that's been going around that shows those things flying around the plane, I think that was confirmed fake.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. But
Of course, if it's the government confirming it's fake, then
yeah, no, I'm not using that video as evidence for sure. But all of the other options, like the people like try to like play through as like a scenario, don't make sense either.
Are we sure it wasn't just a Boeing?
Could be just a shitty plane. Just a shitty Boeing plane, just
Speaking of which,
going the wrong way.
Did you hear about Alaska Airlines having the door fall off their plane
Yes.
on a Boeing 737
Yeah.
Max?
Yeah.
Do you know what plane I flew out on? to the Philippines and then flew back in.
That plane.
That plane, that airline.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was that exact plane, but it was
Yeah.
that model plane, that airline.
Yeah. Yeah, and so that was a weird one too because like it's actually the second one that happened. So there was another one that happened in Oregon, but
Austin's
somebody
door plug.
I think so I don't know how the one in that they were flying over top of Oregon when it happened, but I think it was also Alaskan Airlines. And the door just flew off, but there was no one sitting in that seat.
Yeah.
Thank God, right? Like,
Yeah.
what do you think would happen if that happened? You get sucked right out?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Fuck.
Depends if you had your seatbelt on.
Yeah, but I mean, who has
I
their?
would still.
But I mean, they might have only because they're at such an altitude that the door could even fly off. Because like now, like you can confirm or deny this, but like had they been like higher than like 6,000 feet,
Are you confusing that with the one where someone opened the door? Because I remember talking
that was
to you about
that was a Korean airline somewhere
yeah,
crazy.
okay, yeah, no, that was Korean Airlines.
Yeah, and they were like they thought that something was like not closed on the door. It was the excuse. I think they were fucking with the door. But I think that like the thing was that like they had touched it but they were buckled in and they were okay. Like no one got sucked out, but that dude was like sitting right there next to it and he was like like trying to like knock it sucked out. But the other one, like the door just came off.
Yep.
Nothing, just came off. And then there was another plane that it was a cargo plane, but it was flying internationally, I think from Puerto Rico to somewhere, and they had to land in Miami.
Yeah, that was a 747.
Yeah, and like, that was an engine failure.
And again, I don't think that one you can blame on Boeing. It's just really sucks for them that it happened right after their plane lost the door.
Yeah.
Right after, they had to ground their entire fleet for years because they were driving themselves into the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a good look.
Yeah,
for
have
them.
you heard about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, like the MCAS system that would it just messed up the altitude, I think it was.
If the sensor went bad, it would think the nose was pitching up, and it would just drive the nose down, even if the plane wasn't pitching up.
Yeah, and like mostly on takeoff, so planes would just go up and then would just go bam, and then everybody would die.
Jeez. Yeah.
Yeah,
Unfortunately.
that's flying. That's airplane.
That's-
I can't wait to get on my next plane now.
If it's an Airbus, you'll be fine. There isn't
Yeah.
any problems. And if it's a Boeing and it's not a 737, then you're probably fine.
Yeah. Yeah, and they found a bunch of like loose screws on all the planes too, right? I
That
mean,
was the reason that they're coming apart. There was like a locking bolt that locks at a pin that locks the whole plug into the side of the plane, and like those bolts were loose, so they would come unlocked. They would come out of their guide track, and then
yeah. I have to imagine that it's like it's the death of the blue collar class of people that are just like, are we losing like the faithful men and women that are keeping these planes together? Like, because like that's
It's
also
a
been the
management
big
problem.
It's also been like the big complaint too with like just delays on planes and like planes like not being able to fly out because they don't pass like inspection or something. But like I've heard a lot of people talk about like ever since COVID, they got that buyout. They didn't bring their employees back, or they didn't. I forget what exactly the details, but like total like financial mismanagement of like paying all their like the higher ups and like not paying their employees, captains quitting, like mechanical guys quitting.
I can't speak to
Because now every plane is late.
things on like an airline
there's not
level.
enough captains.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Like a lot of times, lately, it could have been happening like the entire time, but lately I've just been hearing more and more about like, oh, there was a delay, so now the crew's going to be over hours, so we have to find an entire new crew for this plane in order to fly out. And they do it like almost on a volunteer basis. They like call anyone who's in the airport like, hey, do you feel like flying to Cancun today instead of not doing that?
Like, what the hell?
Like, what?
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like there should be a lot more. Like, there should be a lot more organized. Like there should be like.
There are a lot of things that you would think would be very organized,
and they're actually
just
not.
Aren't. Like
hospitals are one.
When I went to the
Dude,
hospital, when I crashed my
unfortunately.
motorcycle, they drew blood from me like 5 times.
Just because like they were like, oh yeah, time to do it, and you're like, yeah, this is the 3rd time. That's crazy. You guys do this 3 times, and you're like, what?
It's just like, oh, we're gonna do blood work. Just make sure you're okay. Okay. Second time, okay, we need to draw some blood. What for? Oh, we're just doing blood work. All right. Come back. Okay, we're here to draw some blood. I'm like, what is going on?
I'm gonna pass out, lady.
And then I asked him, I'm like, well, since you're doing blood work umpteen million times, do you mind telling me my blood type? Because I don't actually know. They're like, oh, yeah, we'll get back to you on that. Never did.
Yeah, I want that blood back.
Then you ask again. They're just like, let us just take a little more blood from you real quick.
Yeah, they're just giving it to your...
and then I never actually had my road rash cleaned.
Ew.
Yeah, I did that when I got home.
Nice. You think that they're just giving that blood to your 23andMe body double out there?
Yeah,
we
probably.
talked about it on the last podcast. Have you done that 23andMe?
No.
Well, I didn't do 23andMe. I did Ancestry.com.
Oh, I did. Yeah, I did answer.
The superior choice because 23andMe's database got hacked.
Oh. Yeah, I did that. I sent in my saliva or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Found out that I'm Greek. I'm 1% Jewish.
Nice.
Well,
Pretty
now
cool.
the shadow government's going to make a clone of you and use it for nefarious purposes.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's what I said. I'm like, the world could use more me.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like Gemini Man, and I'm just fighting myself one day.
Yeah, I asked Adrian the last time we talked about that. I was like, "What do you like? What if you just met your clone? You just get to like, I was like, you just like make your clone do stuff for you." You know what I mean? And then we were like, yeah, like, what if your clone like tried to come do the podcast or like come take your job? I was like, we would need like a code.
Like, what if you
like,
could just
we
sit
never
at
did make that
home
up.
and he just goes to work for you?
Yeah,
You know?
exactly.
Well, we're worried about my shadow clone's going to be tired of doing like government hit jobs and all that, and he's going to want my comparatively easy life and just come take me out, slot right in.
Yeah, that it's so crazy. Yeah, but I mean, I feel like it's nothing. You know what I mean? Like people always have these like crazy conspiracies that like
Like
they're using your saliva for something. It's
There's
like,
people
dude,
who
it's
believe the
nothing.
moon is real.
Oh yeah, that whole crazy conspiracy. Gosh, if they only knew that it was just a light up there, you can see the extension cord. You know,
I love that whole like if someone hits you with a crazy conspiracy, counter with an even crazier one. Like, do you think we landed on the moon? You believe in the moon?
Yeah.
Like at night, how does it get solar power? You know?
Yeah, exactly.
So
They figure out the science with extension cords. That's it. Earth is flat. Whatever. Yeah. Speaking of that kind of conspiracy, did you hear that they potentially may have found Amelia Earhart's plane?
Is this a new development?
Yes, it's very new.
With
we're gonna-
Starlink?
Maybe.
Well, if she had Starlink, she wouldn't have gone down in the first place.
Yeah. Damn. Me trying to spell
AME.
Alb.
Where'd you get the B from?
It's
E.
hard. It's hard. For some reason, like trying to Google this way, it's a lot harder than it looks. I did pretty well last time, but then like when my brain's trying to go, I think I did good. Yeah, dude, I did spell it right. See, I'm fine. Plane found.
5 days ago, yeah.
Yes, they got a sonar image. That's what they're going off of.
Send a sub down. Maybe
Yeah.
not one from
That could be a whale.
Ocean Gate.
Yeah, or an alien.
Or an alien.
I feel like there's a large possibility that if there were aliens and there are ones that are popping up, that they could be. There's a good scenario that they could be in the ocean just because of how big it is, and that they're seen so often in like regions like Mexico, off of the shore, California,
Over
off
water.
of the shore. There are lots of water, so it always seems to make the most sense. But yeah, dude, or it could be totally just a whale. But they're so confident that they're already they're like, well, like where should we put the wreckage once we find it? Like they're already like reaching out to like museums to be like, where do we put it? Are you guys ready for it yet? Like they're very optimistic. But which reminds me of that this guy who thought he saw a meteor strike on a beach. And like the day before, it was just like 10 bros that are out on the beach just drinking,
Digging
like,
a
let's
hole.
dig a hole. And they just dug this perfect hole. And then it just got water washed, like just like a couple times. And it looked like a perfect meteor
right
strike. And they're like, yeah, you see this rock?
It was on like news.
Yeah, this guy's like, you see this rock here? This rock is definitely from the moon. I can't wait to do testing on it. And then the next day they were like, that was us, dude.
I wouldn't have said a thing. Like, have fun.
Have fun, man. Live your dream.
Yeah. He's just doing him. It's like, yeah, just let him find out on his own.
Yeah. So where'd they find it?
Let's see. Does not.
That's not that paragraph.
So flying over the Pacific Ocean.
The Pacific Ocean.
The Pacific Ocean.
Be Pacific. Man, they really do not want to tell you.
I know, they never
found it.
cut to the chase.
Howland Island. Where's that? I don't know Howland Island, but 100 miles away from Howland Island. All right, open up Google Earth. Where's Howland Island?
Yeah, it's just east of
Jibip.
East Jibip.
Fuck you.
Yep, that's an island.
Is that the Bermuda Triangle next to that?
I feel like I need like Google Maps.
That's way out in the middle of nowhere.
I mean, that seems about right.
Yeah, right along the equator.
That's pronounced Ecuador.
Oh, I'm sorry. Apparently that's part of U.S. territory, though.
How convenient.
Right on the
Allegedly.
edge.
United States minor outlying islands.
Crazy how far away Hawaii is.
Yeah.
And yet it's also ours.
It's
Right.
about as far west as Alaska.
Yeah. Check out these guys. Those guys are cool. Neat. Well, anyway, back to to this. So the humane
Oh, we
AI
got way
pin.
off topic. Jesus.
Yeah.
Isn't life about what we experience, what we smell,
Can I eat this? Yes, dragon fruits are low in sugar.
what
That's
we
out.
hear? 我在这里该点什么呢？What we see,
Capture this.
and what we feel. What if we build more memories,
What are some fun things to do nearby?
share more moments?
Can I play songs from the last time we were here?
What would happen if we rediscover our senses? What if devices weren't the experience?
me up. Lucy called and your flight is at 7 a.m.
Tell Lucy I'm on my way. What if life was?
So I'm going to get one of these AI pins, and I'm going to get my Apple Vision Pro, and I'm going to be all kitted up.
Yeah. AI kitted
I'm
up.
going to have a T-Mobile phone with Starlink cell service. I'm living in the
I
future.
can't wait to have my AI pin, and the first day I get it, it gets thrown into the washer with my clothes.
Yeah.
And up, down,
Just banging around
$3,000.
Or, you know,
Was
that-
there a price on that?
Oh, that's actually a good
I
question.
think so, but like it's held in place by a magnetic battery, and like you stand up, it scrapes like a wall or something. Just
Yeah,
and
down
you don't even see
sewer
it. Just,
drain.
where'd it go?
Where are you? Hey, I'm over here.
I'm in the washer. No.
You should not have hot water with what you put in here. Better to use cold.
Cold water preserves color better.
I bet like you could.
$700.
Not bad. Not bad.
A practical bargain compared to Apple Vision Pro.
So how much do you think Pokédex cost in the world of Pokemon?
Yeah.
Oh, that's free. They give it to every 15-year-old go out on their formative adventure. It's actually a tribe of uncontacted peoples, and that's part of their coming-of-age ritual to send their 12-year-olds out into the world to fight animals.
Have fun with this animal that I'm giving you.
Can I pet this animal?
Because, like, you know, Pikachu is pretty rogue at first.
Oh,
like,
yeah. Definitely not safe for children.
Yeah. Yeah, Pikachu. It was a rough beginning, I thought, right?
Mhm.
That was the way
He just
that
kept shocking everyone.
Yeah.
Didn't even get instructions on how to give him a bath. You know, you don't want to put that.
Is that like putting your toaster in the bath?
Yeah.
That's
Could be
literally.
Good luck.
Got all the creative euphemisms people come up with to get around saying the word unalive, self-unalive.
Yeah.
I've seen like I'm gonna commit the self-die, I'm gonna take the big
Self-die.
sleep, I'm gonna commit toaster bath.
Yeah. Have you heard of this Neuralink thing?
I didn't go too deep into it, but I did hear about it.
Yeah. Though Elon Musk's company is the birth of this is the idea was like medical use. Is what they're trying to implement this thing for
That's
right
probably
now.
gonna be the first use. I don't think
Yeah.
that was their main goal. Just like with SpaceX, their
Yeah.
main goal is.
That's what I mean. I mean, obviously, like they're never going to stop anywhere, you know, with whatever. But yeah, the main goal right now is like the only way to like be able to do it and it make money is like put it into the medical system, you know. So like they're trying to like essentially cure crazy things like, you know, brain damage, Parkinson's, you know, if there's someone who's having like seizures, stuff like that.
advanced prosthetics.
Yeah, like you could just shut that off. Yeah, and then like with prosthetics are going a long way. And I think there's some guy I follow. I'm so terrible with remembering what the name is, but he's making these things, and it has like this. It's a hand, and it has all these like things that go with it, and it's got this whole AI system that goes along, and it's supposed to have some way to connect to like tendons and stuff in your arm. But it's pretty cool because it has this like the Iron Man like little like LED in the center. It's pretty
that's
sick. Yeah, it's pretty sick. Yeah, Adrian, how much do you know about their first?
There hasn't
Human-
been much that's come out as far as I know. I haven't like looked too far into it, but you know, the first human to receive a chip got one and is supposedly recovering well. That's all I've heard about it.
Yeah.
But it has a lot of potential use for, you know, like I said, advanced prosthetics especially. You can hook that directly up to your brain and control that. Like, I think currently a lot of more advanced prosthetics are controlled by, like, tapping into nerves in your arm or different places. But, like, you have to kind of retrain your brain. You're not, like, thinking, like, oh, I'm just going to move my hand. You're like, if I move my arm this way, it's going to make my prosthetic hand do this action.
Yeah.
So with that, at least the implications that I get from it are that, like, I can just think about moving my arm the way I always have, and if that'll interface with the prosthetic and it'll do what I want. And because it's plugged directly into your brain, I wonder if they can actually put some sort of like force feedback, some sort of sensation in that.
Yeah.
So you can get some kind of feeling.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're that far. I'm literally just spitballing this, but
Yeah.
I could see it.
Yeah, and they're already doing that today. I just I know that there's this veteran from, I think he got blown up during the pullout of Afghanistan in 2020. He was right in front of that gate that got blown up. I don't know if you heard about that. Like somebody like suicide bombed the gate that was like letting in the like citizens or people who like wanted to be like in safe refuge from Al Qaeda and all that other craziness.
Taliban that took
Taliban,
over?
yeah. Sorry.
I don't actually know.
Yeah, but yeah. So like it's connected to his like tendons in the way that like if he turns his hand, it like will like grip, and like the more he turns his hand, the harder it grips. So he's like, you know, it was like picking up a can, and he like picked up a can. He's
So you
like,
have to-
that was tough, because like you could pick up a can and just go bam, and like you could literally like a whole unopened soda, it would just go pow, you know. And he says that was tough, and he's like, then it got even tougher once you open it, and then you're holding on to it, just trying to keep yourself from like scrunching it.
Yeah.
You know, because like once you open it, now it's this little delicate thing, you know, and like you can just go and just crush it.
My question, like with the neuro implant, like what, you know, you're sleeping, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what if you're just like, I don't know, swinging? Like, what if you have a significant other? Like, I don't know. Like,
No, that
you're
makes-
fighting someone in a dream, and then
Oh,
That's a fair question, because there is like part of your brain kind of shuts down when you sleep to prevent exactly that. They got to connect that part of that signal to that chip. Otherwise, yeah, you're right.
or like, you know, you have a wet dream or something.
yeah.
So you're just doing something with your hands, like, babe, what are you doing? What?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, where it can just completely take over. There's tons of those scenarios, but like even like you were saying, like you just wake up and you're just choking somebody, like you're choking
Well,
like your partner.
When it comes to things like that, my thought process is there's a lot of people way smarter than me working on this that have probably thought about that.
Yeah.
But like, what can you really? You're dealing with the brain.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like you can just hit a button like, oh,
Yeah.
shut off, go night
Well,
mode.
maybe you can.
Yeah.
Maybe you can just like on your phone connect it to your Neuralink, just sleep
Yeah.
mode.
Yeah.
And
Maybe.
now it's unresponsive, and you just.
So then, how would the battery work? Like,
If I had to guess, it got wireless chargers. You just.
that does sound good.
Yeah. Yeah, and like we were also like worried about like the evolution of Neuralink in the sense that because there's obviously like with what you're saying that there's all of these different parts of the brain you can manipulate. So like one of those being like pain receptors or just like changing like genetic abilities of being able to just now be smart. Like now you have like you can just open up whatever it is that creates your brain a sponge, and like you could just like speed read, you know, algebra, and you're like, cool, like
Limitless.
yeah, or like limitless.
Yeah, that
Minus
is,
the
dude.
pill.
That
Yeah.
depends on whether they make this like a two-way communication thing. Like if this is just reading brain waves,
Mhm.
that's one thing. Like now
Yeah.
it can't affect it, but if it starts, bzz, you know,
Yeah.
shocking back, because that's all your brain waves are is electrical signals.
Mm-hmm.
Or does that
Then-
charge it?
Maybe.
Yeah.
They might. They might.
The way
Yeah.
I'm looking at this, do you just stab it in your brain?
Well, I'm sure there's a little bit more care about where the probes get stabbed, but essentially, yes.
Yeah.
It just looks like,
Yeah, just like old school lobotomy style, and just like,
or you're about to feel a tight little pinch.
yeah, but and so like obviously this would be really expensive to do, also risky, you know. But like if it makes everyone else around you smarter, faster, whatever, I mean, this will like start driving the haves and the have-nots even further apart. Is like our main thing that we were scared about.
Like,
Yeah,
oh, you
Adrian?
don't have a Neuralink? I can't hire you.
Yeah. Yeah. Or like anything like that, where like if you're just not getting the job, or if it's like, oh, like football, baseball, like all these like sports and stuff, they're like, nah, we don't need you.
Well, I mean, it's
Like,
part of the enhanced games. Just
exactly.
go to the enhanced
And-
league.
Yeah. Neuralink and the enhanced games. Yeah, exactly.
You have
or
your
like,
Apple headset.
Yeah. 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 And then like even
Swing
just,
now.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, you would just
Yeah,
like,
there's an overlay. It shows you exactly where to hold your hands.
yeah,
and
but
where
like,
to
you would
swing.
just know. You would just know. Like now, like the timing, like you get the trajectory and the timing and like all of that stuff. Because like now it's you literally have like Google put into your brain. Like every informational piece can just be like put in.
You got
and downloaded.
computer analysis for the trajectory
Yeah.
and speed.
Yeah, and then like for like coding. So like if you're like a coder, you know that takes a long time. You know, so like maybe it's like, well, you know, the guy with Neuralink, he doesn't sleep. This guy's just gonna keep working, and
Well-
he's gonna keep doing his thing, and
We don't even need that now. Now you can
Yeah.
just ask ChatGPT to write you a code to do something.
that's true too, dude. That's another one that's like ChatGPT, and like, but maybe like this even skips a step with like ChatGPT, you know, and like now instead like we're dealing with like we don't need any of that stuff. We don't need any of these goggles, and like because the brain's also connected to like your retinas and your eyes and stuff. So
Oh, yeah.
like now like you're just
with
seeing
direct
stuff.
access to the brain, you can manipulate
Yeah,
anything.
yeah,
Because your brain is literally just taking all of your senses and inputs. That's just electrical signals to your brain that it's interpreting.
yeah,
All it is. So if you can figure out and map exactly what you need to, how you need to shock your brain to recreate
Yeah.
that sensation.
yeah. But
But we
so
are probably still a long ways from that. that.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, like, our point before is that just, it's inevitable, right? Like, it's just gonna happen, and then, like, when it does, it'll be rich people, and like, like the political people and, the Bill Gates and, of course, Facebook dude, Mark Zuckerberg, and like all, like, these like major elite, like super ultra rich, and then like that umbrella just keeps coming down with more and more rich people.
Are you sure they're gonna have it? Are you sure they're just not gonna make everyone else have it and then put them in like a Matrix like pod with a completely simulated life and they get to enjoy the entire Earth themselves?
Maybe. Maybe.
No, but once they perfected this, we're not getting it. Like, they're going to cut it off from regular peasants, just so they could be.
But maybe you're not thinking nefarious enough. That is a way to control the masses.
Well, so that's what we were getting to too. So so like, there's that aspect where, like, I mean, the rich would be able to afford it, and then over time it would get cheaper. But they've already had it for what, like a decade before it gets to like the average Joe who's like, once you graduate high school, it's like, okay, well, before you start high school, you have to get your Neuralink. Like, it would be like that at the very beginning, at least. And then before you know it, like, you're born, and then they put a Neuralink in you,
And now you know language at the tender age of 7 minutes old.
Yeah.
So they don't even need your saliva for your clone because you're Neuralinked.
Yeah, Neuralinked up. And then by the time that they're, like, putting Neuralinks in your head as a baby, they're already probably, like, CRISPR babies. And,
yeah,
like,
you came out of a test tube.
Yeah.
I just can't wait until I have to pay a life subscription to not have ads blasted directly into my brain. Welcome to Life Premium.
Yeah, that's coming from the guy who thinks it's crazy to have YouTube Premium. I don't think so, bro.
Well, I'm just old enough to remember when YouTube, much like Future Life, didn't have ads at all.
Oh, those were the days. Just wanted to watch a video about a gummy bear, just singing.
Yeah.
Or like a Pampers commercial, or just like some dumb.
I want to see Charlie go to Candy Mountain.
Dude, Candy Mountain, Charlie.
Early internet was the Wild West. It was great.
Yeah.
There were no rules.
I think it's coming back a little bit. I think like the internet's trying to revolt against this because, like, dude, in Canada, wild stuff, wild regulation in Canada right now with, like, didn't they just pass their digital coin too?
Was that Canada? I know Europe was doing it.
Oh, maybe I'm thinking of Europe. Yeah.
Speaking of Europe, the farmers are setting it on fire.
Farmers are setting it on fire. Let's go. Moving right along. Yeah, and then the one, I think I sent it to you, but these farmers are like just dumping manure on the Capitol building.
Yep,
Did you see that? That's crazy.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, like, this is like, I mean, the amount of, like, support that, like, these guys, I mean, like, just blocking highways and stuff, like, they're really going for it.
Oh,
you know? Like,
so, people love to make fun of the French for, like, surrendering.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happens in one world war. You lose one world war and no one fucking
they don't let it go.
But you got to remember, and as I was telling Gardy here before we started recording, this is a country that used the guillotine up until the 1970s. All right?
Yeah.
Revolting is like in their blood and their DNA.
Yeah.
They will cut your head off if you piss them off enough.
Yeah.
So, as far as I understand it, and my understanding is very surface level, but there's a bunch of regulations and taxes being thrown on them, on the farmers in, like, France and apparently all of Europe, if these other headlines are to be believed.
So
and they've just kind of had enough, and they're revolting.
Yeah.
So, spraying manure on government buildings. I just saw this morning a video where they're actually laying down soil and cultivating the roads now. They're just turning the roads into fields.
Yeah.
What a creative way to protest.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and, like, how are they even going to get that out, too? Like, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, they're going hard. Like the manure on their, Capitol buildings, to blocking highways completely.
I mean, usually I'm not a fan of.
And where are they even getting their food
roadways,
now?
But
where are they getting their food? Because I'd have to imagine, like, now, like, 90% of all the farmers have, like, completely just stopped.
I don't know if it's quite that much.
No?
I don't know anything about the numbers, actually, but it's enough to make an impact on the daily lives of people living in Paris right now.
Yeah. I bet, dude. Yeah, because it says there are two major interconnected, overreaching concerns in Paris. First is income. French farmers, especially small and independent farmers, say they aren't making enough, and that the livelihoods will vanish in the near future.
Sounds a lot like farmers in the U.S. too.
Yeah. Suicide has plagued the agricultural industry in the recent years as the sector has shrunk the farmers and themselves, unable to earn a living, but the French agriculture, wine, cheese, and of course as well the livestock and produce. So I mean that's huge.
Yeah, tougher environmental standards in both in the EU and in France have required French farmers to invest in new production methods. So yeah, it's a bunch of regulations that are just squeezing them.
Yeah, and suicide has plagued the agricultural industry. That's hard to hear, dude. I mean, these are supposed to be our tough guys, like and ladies, who are farmers, you know? I mean, like these are the backbone of the country that are turning to suicide because of how bad things are.
Yep.
Like they don't even have an option to grow food for the countries.
Well, it costs too much to grow
that
the food
they live in. I know.
And
that's what I'm saying. Is like I'm just kind of like painting this picture of like we all need food. We should, as a country, should be making that easier, not harder. Right? How does that even make sense to like make it more difficult, less profitable for these farmers? Like you're not even giving them incentive to farm.
It's environmental restrictions. Like obviously we shouldn't be. We need to be careful with like nitrates in the soil that are polluting like waterways and causing these massive algae blooms that destroy ecosystems in the water.
Yeah.
But there's a balance that needs to be found. On top of that, how much of the global warming, greenhouse gases are a byproduct of farmers versus heavy industry that always seems to get ignored, or these people flying around in private jets.
Yeah,
that does a lot of damage.
100%, dude.
So there's a balance that we need to find between like not destroying the planet, but also not destroying ourselves trying to clean that up. And apparently France has not found that balance.
Yeah, even without all the restrictions, just farming's like so hard, like all your cattle get sick.
Yes, backbreaking labor, and like you said, something spreads throughout your livestock or your produce that you're growing. You get a blight or something like that, and
got diseased produce.
Yeah, and it's just as simple as that. Is like the crop's not coming in, and
bad
all your
weather.
time and effort, just bad weather for whatever reason. And that's it. And then the cicadas are supposed to be bad this year too, which I know like they like run amok on like produce and stuff.
The 13-year and the 17-year cicada broods are coming out at the same time. They're overlapping.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Yeah. Pretty psyched for that.
I remember when I was a kid and that happened.
Yeah.
You'd pick them up and throw them, and they would just fly straight where you threw them until they hit something.
I used to love collecting the shells.
Yeah. Yo, remember? I remember I came home when I lived in Broomall, and I think that you had just been working close by the house and just stopped in to like have lunch and to just like kind of have somewhere like cold to like just chill and like sit in the AC. And I came in the house like when I got home, you were already gone, but I came in and there's just a cup turned upside down with a cicada inside, and I'm like, what the fuck is that noise? And I'm like looking around the house, and I go back and I'm like, what is that? And then it, like as I got close to it, it was like, and like went crazy. And I was like, what the hell? I remember I called John, and he was like, what? I don't know. I didn't do that. And we were like, what? And then I think like it was probably Toga that was like, I was like, oh yeah, like Gardy said he was gonna stop by the house for something, and I think you just found it.
I think
they were like, here you go. So do you remember that?
Kinda. It was definitely me.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like a you thing that you would do, but it was just so funny.
I would do that. I would put
try to get rid of it. We would like put like a piece of paper and we're like, get out of here.
I would do that. I'd go there. I'd put the hair tie on the sprayer on the sink.
Oh yeah.
Just my Garretisms.
Yeah,
make sure I left 1
there.
second on the microwave.
Yeah. Yeah, everything to just make a little
Just something to remember about.
Yeah. Just be like, what are they like little Easter eggs all over the house? Just be like, I was here.
One day you're gonna look for it to happen.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be there.
Yeah. We miss them now.
Psychological warfare.
Yeah.
Come home.
Yeah. So, folks, watch out for them cicadas. Yeah, dude. So, I mean, I wonder how this fares as far as like the protests, because it's been going on for a long time now, huh? Like 6 months, maybe more.
Has it been that long?
I think it has. I think it has. I think it's just been. I think the news of it has just been waxing and waning, honestly. Because like I don't know how much longer these farmers can keep doing this.
January 18th.
What
is when it started?
Well, I mean, I guess that's saying 2024 French farmers protest.
Like, I get that they should protest, but if they're doing this, where's their money coming from?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. How long can they do this for before they're like, okay, well, like, now I can't even buy diesel to, like, move my tractor along, you know, and keep messing with these guys. But
I don't know. I am definitely a fan of spraying government buildings with manure, though, as a form of protest.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Not really big on blocking roads, but spraying government buildings with manure.
Yeah, like you said, you know, they're at least moving.
Yeah.
They're blocking the roads on their way to the protest.
Yeah. It's just very unfortunate for everyone else.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy, dude. Yeah, and then I think you sent it to me that like they're trying to like make an argument that like growing vegetables and having your own garden is like unsafe.
Yeah, that post I sent you says like the propaganda machine firing on all cylinders. Apparently, there's a bigger carbon footprint to growing your own like vegetables and such versus how it's farmed like the conventional way. That sounds like bullshit to me.
Yeah.
That is buy from the corporations. You will own nothing and you will be happy.
Yeah. 100%.
Bullshit.
Yeah, it's terrible.
It's like saying how electric cars are better for the environment when it takes so much to make a battery that's bad for the environment.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
Hey, your car's electric.
Yeah.
I think you can eventually offset it if we had more clean electricity generation, but I think the biggest single like source of power generation in this country is coal.
Yeah, which is
coal cars.
Yeah, coal cars. That's like
and then the tax break for it will be coal cash.
Coal's cash, baby. We love some coal's cash around here. Around these parts. We big on coal's cash around these parts.
I can say it.
Yeah, we talked about it on one of our podcasts. I think
it was
I forget. It was with Fluff.
Like right after the Christmas. Or no, it was the Christmas.
I think it was Christmas. Yeah. Yeah, because I buy some stuff like from Amazon and then it'll be wrong, so I'll take it back. And one of the places you can take like return Amazon packages to is Kohl's. So like it's just like a drop off thing. And then when they give you a receipt, the receipt at the bottom, you guessed it, $5 Kohl's cash, baby. So like I mean I don't buy a whole lot of stuff from Kohl's, but like dude, Kohl's has cool hats, they have flip flops, they have other shit. You know
Kohl's and Boss Cobbs, like you can't go wrong.
Kind of slept on, yeah, dude. I mean, not to blow them up in our favorite spots. You know what I mean? We're waiting in lines now.
They're gonna get a surge of customers after this one.
Dude, Marshalls too. Like Marshalls has like some good clothes, like cheap. They're just like old, like surplus stuff that they buy. That's like old, but like it'll be like
out of style.
Yeah, but it'll be like name brand stuff. You know.
You know what I miss? I miss Sears.
Oh yeah, for sure. Dude, did you see on the back of the alley? There's a sign that says Sears. It's like painted on the brick, and it says Sears rear entrance.
Does it say Sears or like Sears Roebuck?
Never noticed that.
I don't know. Yeah, but because we parked out back, and like as I'm walking up, and like it might have been like a small like Sears appliance store.
Yeah, I never noticed that.
Yeah, it was cool. Next time like you go, like just check out. Yeah, it was cool. Because I remember I was looking around for a sign that says I wasn't allowed to park there. I was like.
It's weird.
Can I park here?
They have those spray painted stingrays everywhere.
Oh yeah. So last night, like we were walking out, and Holly's like, I guess like this has got to be a stingray, right? And I was like, yeah, totally, right? Like we're looking at it, and like we kind of stopped. We were like, I guess like it doesn't have much of a head. Yeah. What's that about? the stingrays? Do you know?
I think it's for a different place there. Like,
Okay.
I don't know. There's
Yeah.
a sign. 'Cause it was dark out when I was trying to read it.
Yeah.
But it said, if there's a stingray, that's for whatever place. I think it's just like, this day through that
Naming
day,
a
certain time.
Yeah.
Maybe it's one of the companies back there.
Yeah. Holly was really hoping for an aquarium. She's like, there's got to be an aquarium nearby. Like, we should come back.
You'd think.
I was like, yeah.
Pottstown Aquariums.
Pottstown
They get them
Aquarium.
right from the Schuylkill right there.
We got some ass.
Yeah, you'd see some crazy stuff out of that, out of the Schuylkill.
Found this thing. We don't know what it actually is. But it's got like 3 eyeballs.
Yeah, we haven't identified it yet. We're still taking votes on names.
I was just reading something the other day. It was yesterday, I think. There's this Russian lake, and there was an old power plant there. So all like the nuclear waste would go into this big lake, and this guy scuba dived it, and apparently he was killed by a large eel.
Yo.
And it like kept biting him, and he's dead. And they found they found the GoPro of it, but I couldn't find the actual GoPro images.
You got to look on Live Leak.
Oh yeah, Live Leak.
It wasn't Facebook Live or anything.
Yeah.
Like, I was trying to find that video, but I could not find it.
Yeah.
Dude, that's very interesting. If it is true, it could have just been one of those TikTok things to get you to click
clickbait.
on.
Yeah.
God, I hate the state of like modern social media and like all the clickbait titles and all the tricks they use to like keep your engagement. So you like hint at something and don't talk about it to the very end, and it's a nothing burger. It's just like
yeah, I'm very easily amused with a lot of things.
Well, the worst is like the clickbait titles where like it'll say like, this person's views on Biden, and then like you watch the video and then it's like climate control, and they were like, what? It had nothing to do with this. It was like that was just a lie. And then so that was another thing that we were going to talk about too, is the so like politicians now, which is like, I hate getting political, but like they're now like everything I see is like people are just lying. They're just like they literally just making up whatever statistic that they want with no basis of facts or anything, and they're just like, there you go. That's the truth. And it's like so blatantly obvious that that's not the truth, but like you look at it and like people are just like, oh wow, look how great that is.
I think there's a couple things at play here.
Like
I mean, they might be lying more. I don't know if there's any way to like objectively measure that, or if anyone's done studies on that. But are they lying more, or are they just getting exposed more? 1. And 2, there's this phenomenon where like if you watch the news and they cover something that you know a lot about, you realize how little they know.
Yeah.
And then you forget to apply that same logic to literally anything that comes out of their mouth.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess, but like, yeah. I mean, I'm sure
a perfect example that I can think of is just like listening to any politician talk about firearms.
Yeah.
That's something that I know a decent bit about.
Yeah.
So when you get these people that have never even seen a gun in real life outside of like whatever the Secret Service is carrying, and they speak with that confidence, like they know what they're talking about, and I'm just like, everything out of your mouth for the past 10 minutes has been completely wrong.
Yeah.
Not even just like you're maliciously lying, just you didn't get a single thing right.
I saw the one, he was like, had like a 12 bullet mag, and he's like, this can shoot 50 bullets
a second.
Half a second.
Yeah.
I've held an AR-15 before. It's about as heavy as 10 boxes you might move. And I'm like, what does that even mean?
Yeah.
Like 10 cardboard boxes with nothing in them.
Yeah, maybe.
Like boxes of feathers, boxes of rocks.
But apply that to literally everything they say.
Yeah, no, you're right, and also on our one of our last podcasts, you made a good point that I might just be an old man screaming at clouds. So yeah,
we're getting there.
Yeah, I think I am coming to that terms where like I might be getting old. You know what I mean? Like, and I think I was talking to you last night just about like like Molly's and bars and stuff, and I almost said it to you last night. I was like, I'm just an old man screaming at clouds. Don't pay attention. Don't mind me.
Once
like
11 o'clock hits, I'm just like grumpy and I need to go to bed.
Well, I'm glad I'm not alone.
Yeah, like we used to every single weekend just
I know
get after it.
Yeah,
until the
3
break
or
of
4 in the
dawn.
morning.
Now I'm
Yeah.
just like no.
Nah.
Yeah.
Bed.
You know, and I feel like I'm
Quiet evening at home sounds lovely.
Yeah, I feel like I'm having like, damn it, I'm an old man screaming at clouds. I was gonna say I think I'm having just as much fun, but I'm like I'm just lowering my bar as an old man. I'm such a loser.
What I do? I just play video games.
Yeah,
I might have a beer.
I struggle to play video games now. The only time I play video games is when I have that like month-long obsession with a new game.
Yeah, which
That
we're going through now.
Which I'm going through right now.
Yeah,
It's
you
a
can be
struggle.
honest.
Pray for me.
Yeah,
Yeah, I always have. I'll play like Apex for like 3 months straight.
Yeah.
Then
I
just
can't even
ooh.
do like that. That takes too much effort. Like I can't even play competitive games anymore.
yeah.
I could just watch TV. That takes 0 effort.
True. I just wish there was better shows. Like they don't make them like they used to. I started watching Drake and Josh recently.
Rewatching it.
Yes, and like I enjoy.
It still holds up.
Yes, I enjoy every single second of it. Like
Yeah.
I have noticed that like a lot of movies or like TV shows nowadays, it feels rushed. Like I feel like they have all this stuff they want to cram into the plot, and they give it no time to like build. It's just like this happens. Okay, now this happens. We're doing this, and it feels contrived. And I don't know if like it's an issue with like the writers in Hollywood.
Yeah.
like look at all the Marvel stuff. Like their shows are getting.
I haven't watched any of the Marvel shows, so I
Yeah.
couldn't comment to that. But like, what was that on Netflix? That new Zack Schneider movie. Oh God, what's it called? There's a new Zack Schneider movie on Netflix that was like they were pushing it. Rebel Moon, I think.
Oh, I did want to watch that.
And I watched it. I'm not going to give you any spoilers, but like, it was a whole lot of like build up with scenarios that just kind of felt contrived. Like that's not how that would play out. And then the big thing happens at the end, and it's just I sat there and I'm like, I feel like a lot of nothing really happened. And on top of that, it felt like something that I could write. I'm not an author, but like I've read enough that I could write a plot to that level. Then you look at something like Lord of the Rings or any of these like critically acclaimed ones, and like everything feels organic. Like if this actually happened, that's exactly how it would have played out.
Yeah, like
So-
they had time. They stretched it years.
Yeah, but it feels like a lot of TV shows that I've seen and a lot of movies I've seen lately just have that kind of vibe to them, where it's like someone wrote this with the thought of, and then this happened, and then this happened, and then this happened, not the thought process of, if this happens, then this will happen.
Yeah. Yeah, and then like on the inverse too, there's a lot that like there's shows that like to start out good and then they just like completely slow down, and a whole season like feels like it's been a day. And that's terrible too.
Or it just goes completely like off the rails, like Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah.
I stopped watching at like season 6, so I haven't even seen like the last 2 seasons.
Yeah.
And I've been told I should keep it that way.
Yeah. Like they're coming out with like I didn't watch the new spin-off.
House of the Dragon, I think.
Yeah, I didn't watch that yet. Like with Game of Thrones, like that's something I always like once in a while I'll rewatch it.
Yeah,
Like,
I heard good things about House of the Dragon though.
Yeah, I just more so like with the Game of Thrones, I fell in love with like the cast. Like I liked them. I liked who they casted for
And
it.
then they kept
Those-
killing them.
Oh my gosh! Then they died.
Yeah.
Like that's really what got me hooked to it. But then it was mainly season 8. It was just ruined.
Yeah. My issue with like any kind of TV show is I'll wait until it's all out and then I'll binge it and then I'll burn myself out before I get to the finish line. That just happened to me last year with Breaking Bad. I waited until everyone stopped saying, "You got to watch it, man. You got to watch it," because that just made me not want to watch it. Maybe I'm a hipster or a contrarian, but I was just like,
I did the same thing with that show, and I have yet to watch the very last episode.
I made it to like how many seasons? There's like 1 or 2 seasons left, and I was just like, I've watched too much TV. I physically can't do this anymore, and I have yet to pick it back up. And now it's been so long that I have to backtrack to like
Yeah, I
figure out
gotcha.
what happened.
When I watched Game of Thrones the first time, I was up till 5 a.m. just
Oh, I did that a couple times.
watching.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't think I had
exactly
a
how
job
watch
at the
it.
time, so I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna sit
Oh
in my
no, I
basement.
had a job at the time, and it was rough.
Yeah, that's a lot worse.
And I'm going through it right now with that new video game, Pal World.
How world?
It's Pokemon with guns. You should look
Oh
into
wait,
it.
I did see a advertisement for that.
Oh,
I should probably pull this up. I should
that's
see
eaten
what's
so much
what's
of my
taken.
time.
How do you spell that?
PALWORLD.
Breeding.
That's a mechanic.
It's just some pals.
Just pals being pals, palling around.
I gotta see what's been taken up all the time of my friend.
You can make money the hard way as a wolf.
Yeah, that should be interesting.
Well, this is
Hey, yo,
probably
weird
not
ad.
the video you want to watch
Why not?
because this is about just one of the mechanics. So for anyone
much
who
do I
plays
need?
video games regularly, Power World, and somehow hasn't heard of Power World, it's Pokemon and like Ark, Survival Evolved or whatever that game's called, and like Monster Hunter. You need to run a base, craft a bunch of stuff, capture these pals. You can get eggs. You can breed eggs and hatch them. There's traits that you can breed for, or try to catch out in the wild. There's weapons you need to make, including guns. You can make guns for some of the pals, and they will shoot your enemies. You can drive them like slaves, or you can try to take care of them.
That's a bold sell today.
There's controversy around it. People are like, "This is slavery."
It's
like,
like animal cruelty.
well, here's the thing: you can capture the NPC humans and put them to work, or sell them. There's human trafficking.
oh my
technically.
gosh.
Good lord.
I'm getting this game when I get it.
It's a time sink. It's got one of those addicting gameplay loops. It becomes like, okay, one more this, one more that. It's only like half an hour in this egg will hatch, so I'll do something in the meantime. Oh, I leveled up. That means I can unlock this gun. I need to gather this material. Okay, let me do that. One more task.
Now, are there like rare pals?
Yes, extremely.
Oh, that's awesome.
There's
I can't
luckies.
wait. I can't wait.
There are luckies, which are shinies. They sparkle. They're bigger. There's legendary pals that will kick your
Big
face in.
and sparkly, so they really know how to sell.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You really have to catch the
There are pals like
legendaries.
that are just a pain to catch because their attack is to run at you, and they run faster than you can and blow up.
I would have to say the graphics are not what I thought they were going to be.
It's literally like if Pokemon was in the Zelda world and you had guns.
Yeah, it's great. I love it.
Yeah, well, the you know what it reminds me of is that was it Excalibur or it's like some kind
grabbing
of
them
like
by the
Disney movie where like
Grabbing
they
them by the crotch, probably. I don't know. It's janky animation. There's so much jank in this game.
yeah.
For a while, there was a glitch where you could put on 2 armor sets by putting one in the wrong slot. And if you did that, when you there's a glider mechanic in here, like you just pull out a glider to glide to places. But if you did that, you wouldn't pull out a glider. You would just T-pose and just fly through the air T-posing. It was great. I miss that glitch.
Yeah, I'm getting this when I get home.
I've pulled another one into the depths. I've made 3 of my friends play this game.
But like they really look like if you were to ask me if that was a Pokemon, I'd say yes.
Yeah,
That's
for sure.
definitely a Pokemon. Like
That's 100% a Pokemon. I call them Pokemon all the time. I'm like, I gotta catch this Pokemon. I mean, pal.
I don't want to call them pals. They
No.
could have had a better name for it.
Yeah, they totally could have. So that's another reason why I continue to call it Pokemon. Nintendo's gonna sue me.
Yeah. I don't know. I just I mean I like the fact that like it's intricate and like those kind of games are always cool, but like I'm just kind of disappointed that the graphics weren't as cool. Like I feel like it's like things like that like don't keep me in, but I guess
Bro. So Fluff's been playing it on his high-end computer, and the graphics are better than what you're seeing here.
Okay.
YouTube's like compressing it. They're not,
yeah.
groundbreaking. In fact, the lead developer himself said, I don't want to make groundbreaking games.
Yeah.
I want to make games people like.
Yeah.
He's a trend follower, his words. But I was playing it on an older Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
it was, if you had played it on Fluff's computer and then played it on my Xbox, you would have said it was unplayable.
Yeah.
The graphics, like there's ore nodes, and one of them is sulfur. And on my screen, it was just a big yellow rock. On Fluff's screen, it was unrecognizable. It had textures, it had color, shading, and all that. And I'm like, what have I been missing? And like, the menu wasn't responsive. The graphics were watered down. They were missing textures and all that. But I just kept playing. And Fluff's like, well, obviously you don't care about the graphics. I'm like, gameplay solid. That's all I care about. And then Friday, I went and bought a new Xbox.
Oh my god.
And now I have like the full resolution textures and all that, and the menus are actually responsive, and I rubber band around a lot less. My movements are a lot less janky, and I'm like, oh, this is great.
This is ridiculous.
And now I'm re-addicted to it.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
How much is an Xbox nowadays?
$450 on sale.
Jesus.
But that morning, and the only reason I did it was I got a promotional APR for my credit card, 0% for like 9 months. Someone had this paid off for 9 months and not pay any interest. It's fine.
Okay.
I got a PS5.
Oh, you can't play it.
Oh, really?
It's Steam and Game Pass only.
Oh my god.
So if you have a computer,
I'm so proud that I don't know what either of those are.
you don't know what a PlayStation 5 is?
Steam or Game Pass.
Well, do you remember Xbox Live Gold?
Yeah.
This is the next evolution of that.
I was proud a minute ago when I didn't know that they had made Evolutions.
I'm going to tear you right down to my level.
Well, you know what? The record will show that I made it this long.
But yeah, Game Pass is great. You get, it doesn't cost much more than Xbox Live Gold did.
Yeah.
And you get access to like hundreds of games for free.
Can I get it on the Switch?
No, Nintendo would definitely not let this.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, I wasn't even thinking about that. Because they just came out with a Pokemon game, which is literally like this. Free World.
Yeah, Arceus.
Arceus, yeah.
Pokemon Legends Arceus.
That was a good one.
That's what everyone wanted Pokemon to be. And then they followed it up with like Pokemon Violet or something.
Yeah, it's...
And that was back to the old gameplay style. And then Power World came out and everyone was like, why couldn't you do this?
Yeah, really.
Yeah, I mean, for the same reason as always, like just video games take up way too much of my time. Yeah. I'm far too busy. You know?
The first day I downloaded it, I was up until 4 a.m.
Yeah. Well, so that's actually a lie because Shay's been telling me that you've been up like every night until about that time.
Not that long.
He's been ratting you out.
3 o'clock. 2, 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, it's pretty bad, dude.
Hey, I did it when I was like 16. I can do it again.
Yeah, I know, doesn't that like worrisome at all that something like that has such a grip on you?
Oh yeah, I should be worried.
Yeah, like to me, like that's
but I
what's
also know
so
myself.
Crazy.
Give me like another couple weeks of this, and I'll have burnt myself out, and I won't touch it for months because I did the exact same thing with Sea of Thieves. I did the exact same thing with No Man's Sky.
I just did that with the Fortnite Lego. So it's like Fortnite, but it's Lego Minecraft. And that consumed so much of my time. And then I got to the point where I was like, all right, I'm done.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
that was like
I could be playing Power World right now, but I'm hanging out with you. That's progress.
It's huge progress. You missed it last week because of Power World.
So only kind of. Only
a lot.
We woke up late because of Power World, but that was...
I mean, it was the causation for sure. So, yeah, no, I mean it's interesting, and I've always like all the video games that I've ever played. I've always felt that, you know, and like when you, I would say like 90% of the games, like it gets your heart rate up, like in most times. So like people call like video games like relaxing, and I don't think that it is. I think it's closer to being like therapeutic.
The closest thing I can think of to like a mainstream relaxing game would be like, oh god, I'm blanking on the name. It's the Nintendo Animal Crossing.
No.
And even then, like people get obsessed with that to the point of it being unhealthy. The gameplay loop itself is relaxing, but they're doing it for, much like myself, 8 hours, 9 hours in a row.
Yeah, I don't know. So I mean, like regardless of anything, like therapeutic, blowing off steam. You know what I mean? Maybe. You know.
There's like one video game that I think I have a healthy relationship with, and that's Forza.
Yeah.
Because I can play that for a couple hours and put it right down.
Yeah. I don't know, dude. Like for me, like I am just like physically too busy. There's like, and there's also like there's so much other things aside from a video game, because like I know that I would love them. I would know I would enjoy them so much, but there's just like too many things that I like don't do or like need to do, or like I could like convince myself that like, yeah, you got to just sit down and just bang out 8 hours of this, because you know that's what's gonna happen when you sit down. Like
Yeah.
Like, when do you start and then when do you stop?
Let's see. Let's use last night as an example. I started at about like 8:30 at night. Didn't actually play it all day. I went to bed. What time was it?
You can be
Probably
honest.
like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. How many hours is that? Like 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. Like 5 hours right there.
Yeah.
And that's a light night.
6 hours, actually. Yeah, probably closer to 6 hours, I'm sure.
Yeah,
and that's what I'm saying. Like, and I'm sure that was easy for you. When you went to bed at 2, where you were like, I should go to bed? Or you're like, I'm good. I'm ready for bed.
No, I was actually like tired.
Oh, okay.
Like, you just push yourself. Like, you're just completely, like, falling asleep. You're just like, I need to do this one thing, and then that one thing turns into the next
Yeah,
thing.
that's
Yeah.
exactly what
And
this
then you
game
get
does.
it. Yeah. Then you get you achieve the thing, and you're like, oh, I gotta keep
Now I need to
going.
get myself ready for when I start to do this tomorrow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm currently in the process of planning to move my entire base to somewhere. So I spent a lot of time yesterday scouting out other locations. Also, I had to like build a new assembly line for my PAL sphere so I could get the better PAL sphere for higher chance of capturing legendary PALs.
Dude, I have to
mess.
admit that I hate this, which is why I know that I'm an old man screaming at clouds. So like I just started following this guy. I think his name's Philip Robles. Have you heard of him?
No.
So he's got his own like racing garage, and I don't know exactly what he does, but like he has a very legendary car that I think it's in some like racing game now. It's Honda Civic, like EG hatch, like, wide body kit, looks sick. But his car is in this video game, and like they were like recording him like finally getting it, and he's in this like beautiful simulator and like has the VR goggles, I think, and like the full screen, whatever. And as I scrolled through, there's actually a lot of videos of him using that simulator and like the driving, and like you can just kind of see him with the goggles and looking around, and, like the audio and like how well the graphics look with the game of the car going. And it was like, all right, damn. Like, there's the one thing where it's like I'll never be able to like drive on the Sebring track. Like I'll
Not with that
never be
attitude.
fair, but you know I'll never be able to like do the Le Mans.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
I'll never, you know, all those tracks, but you can in these video games, and like now they're getting really close.
Yeah, they've got these
where it's
these
like you
simulators
could
that rock the
feel-
whole thing,
That's
so
what
it
I think he
simulates
has.
G-force and all that.
So it's like, damn, like okay, like now it's getting kind of
All right,
cool.
I'm gonna set aside like 15 grand for this simulator rig.
Yeah, no way, dude.
I've been wanting to get a golf simulator.
That'll be sick.
Like you know,
Like,
you can
Wii
play
Sports
any
exists.
course. Yeah.
Yeah. That would be sick too. Doing like one of those simulators. There's a place, Golf Galaxy in Malvern. You ever been there? Yeah,
Yeah.
they have a really good one. I haven't done it, but I've heard a lot of good things from people who like actually golf. But, dude, you know ever heard of the Golf Zone that's up here around the corner for me?
I've not.
Burnt down.
Really?
Yeah, dude. They just fixed everything up like
that's
top
awful.
golf, like
Top
grade
levels.
yeah,
Oh my
of like equipment out there, and like where you can play games where like they have like on the computer or like on the TV there's like a computer generated thing where like it'll follow the ball and like
Play
you'll hit
Angry
it.
Birds.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you'd like dump the balls into this like auto feed system. They keep like bringing up the ball for like the auto tee and stuff. You can change the height of the tee.
I had
like
no idea
heaters.
that was a thing.
Yeah,
here.
they had a gigantic fire.
When did
dude.
this happen?
New Year's.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. New Year's Day.
It's awful.
Yeah, awful. But yeah, I know that they never like announced what happened, like what starts the fire. You know, I know there's like a huge investigation, but I have to keep up with it because like, that's crazy. They just redid everything.
That's
you
like
know?
the thing. Remember that happened in Pottstown? That house blew up.
Whoa. I know, dude.
completely
That happens
just-
every
think I
now and
remember
again.
hearing about that.
Houses just blow up, like a gas leak or something.
Yeah,
Houses
but-
just blow up.
Nobody's ever said anything like what happened. The
Yeah.
gas companies were like, "Oh, it wasn't us," and then all their neighbors were like, "Well, we have been smelling gas."
You didn't call?
And you didn't call us?
Yeah, they said that they called like I think they said something about a year or two.
You guys-
Or two.
You see this? I think this is the video. This fire truck just flying,
No.
like right into somebody's yard. Oh yeah,
Oh, that's the Power World video still screaming.
one of them. Is that pretty much what's going on in your house?
Less yelling, but yeah.
It is
I think
funny,
the
where
sad part is
video games will
the
take
sad part
you.
is I recognize immediately what area he was in, and I think I know what he was talking about.
God, I hate this.
Patients downstate, not even a fire truck can handle those icy streets in suburban
That thing
St. Louis.
whipped over.
Yeah, can you imagine? It didn't hit anything. I think it bumped a car.
Same storm that's coating the streets and expressways in St. Louis is now headed right here. Good afternoon. Watch breaking news.
Yeah, that was wild. But yeah, I don't know what made me think of that. But
That's more of the farming protest stuff.
damn, they set a fire.
Probably.
At practice.
Yeah, so video games are just so crazy these days, dude.
Well, most of them suck. That's why Power World's catching on fire right now, is because
Yeah.
it's actually just a fun game and it's not filled with microtransactions.
Yeah.
Did you
And
play the
people
Harry
like it.
Potter game?
I've not, but I heard good things about it.
That was really good. I just wish they added more to it. Because I beat it in probably like 3 days.
Mm.
You know, doing the same thing, like 9-hour shifts on it.
Man, if you played it like a normal person, that would have lasted.
A
week.
lifetime.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where are they at with GTA 6?
It's announced.
Next December, I think, allegedly.
They've been working on it for how long now? Like 10 years?
Yeah.
Is this going to be the game that gets you back into video games?
I don't know if there is going to be one. I think I'm going to just outright refuse. Like, I mean, again, like, to be honest, like, I don't foresee myself having just an abundance of time on my hands at some point.
Just
like,
sink into a video game.
yeah. I mean, like, there's always something more I can do at work. There's always something more I can do with this podcast. There's always something more I can do with Holly. There's always something more I can do with my dogs. There's always something more I could do around this house. Like, anytime I'm doing that, I'm trading it for video games. That's how I see it, you know? Like, ever since I got a license, I was, like, always just looking at it as, like, trading time to, like, not be driving somewhere or not doing something or, like, being
Is that
somewhere
when-
else and experiencing.
Is that when, like, our whole Call of Duty group fell apart?
Yeah, I would say
that
so.
about when?
Yeah, and then also, like, the server starts to die, like, as soon as the new ones were coming out and the other servers were populating.
Yeah, but I mean, we just jumped to the new game before. But
Yeah.
Now we're old enough to go out.
Well,
and
the
do things in
games
the
just
real
started.
world, I
To be
guess.
honest, you know, like, the games just started to suck. You know, as soon as they try to make it like a Halo version,
Yeah.
it was like
Black
we're all out.
Ops.
After MW2.
Yeah, that
No,
was
Black
it,
Ops
right?
was pretty good, I thought.
Black Ops 2. Black Ops 1 or 2?
2
I
was.
think I liked 2.
1 was the, like, Vietnam era. 2 was, like, very, very near future. And then 3 was, like, future. So 2 was acceptable for me.
Yeah,
It was still, like, grounded in reality somewhat. As grounded in reality as a Call of Duty game can be.
Just nothing will ever be as good as no scopes at Rust.
I know. or any map. I mean, the airport one is always, the terminal is
I
always
still
like
think
stuck
MW2 was peak Call of Duty.
in. Yeah, it definitely was.
You can make an argument for Black Ops, but MW2 just had that, like,
Yeah,
specialness to it.
yeah. All of those maps are also good. I mean, there's such a like a
Variety.
huge part of like my childhood in that. You know, it was like growing up. So much fun.
There's a magic there that they're never going to be able to recapture.
Yeah.
Never again will, you know, you just walk into an airport and just start shooting people. Like the first game on the campaign.
Dude, they had
you're just
the,
like, all right.
Yeah, where they're like no Russian.
Yeah,
or
no
something.
Russian.
Yeah,
But they had they've remade Modern Warfare or rebooted it, I guess, and they had a no Russian mission. And it is such a watered down husk of what it used to be.
Damn.
I don't even think I played the campaign before it. I think I just went right to the.
I haven't even played the game.
Oh yeah.
But I saw a video of it on like YouTube or something, and you play like not an air marshal, but you're definitely like a former agent or something. And terrorists come on, and then they basically force you into they give you the gun and push you out there so you look like the bad guy, but you don't do anything heinous. Like that was the whole point of No Russian, is you sacrifice your humanity, and in the end it's for nothing. It's a kick in the teeth.
Mm-hmm.
That didn't happen, and I don't think they could have gotten away with it in today's day and age. But they should have said fucking did it anyway. Back to AI.
Yeah.
Pepperoni hug spot.
Yeah, so this said the release for GTA 6 is supposed to be 2025. So I mean, like, what even like Xboxes work these days? You bought a new Xbox. What the hell is that thing?
The Series X is the newest, latest.
The Xbox Series X.
Well, it gets worse than that.
Fuck
It gets worse than that. Hang on. I told you I had an older Xbox. I've had 2 older Xboxes. I had the Xbox One.
Okay.
And then after that, the new hotness was the Xbox One X,
dude,
which was the first one that could do 4K, sort of. And now it's the Xbox Series X.
Why?
I don't know. Whoever is in charge of naming it, Microsoft needs to be fired.
Well, iPhone's first iPhone was the iPhone 3, right?
Well, no, it was the iPhone, and then the iPhone 3GS, and then they went from there like, oh, yeah, that was 3, and it just kind of kept going.
Yeah.
Or the 3G, then the 3GS, and then the 4. It's like, what happened to iPhone 2?
Yeah.
Did that never exist?
Ooh, maybe that's when the Matrix set in.
Yeah.
We just don't remember it.
That's
Particle accelerator.
Oh yeah, yeah. I know. Did we ever talk about that? That
what?
There's a particle
Swedish
accelerator. Yeah, in like Switzerland.
CERN.
Yeah. And so like the idea is
That's
like
when that came online.
Yeah, when it came online. What was it? It's like
Fractured
2014, I think, or 2013.
That was more recent.
Was
It
it?
came back on.
Oh,
I
they
think it was
did another one?
2 years ago.
Oh shit.
Was it 2016?
Damn.
They got
Because if
you.
it is, that adds validity to the or no, it was 2020 because like the election. I think they were talking about like the
Well, 2016
like
is
it
when
was like
Harambe died.
Biden versus Trump and the Chiefs and, and the 49ers
Yeah,
in
the
the Super Bowl
49ers and the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, and it's Biden versus Trump.
again. So 2020
We're
and
stuck in a
2024.
time loop. Get ready for
It's
another
the leap
pandemic.
year. Messed everything up.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Damn, what was I about to do? Oh yeah, I was gonna look up that particle. What the hell is it called?
CERN, CERN.
Come on.
Are you looking for like when they fired it up?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
might want to look up their Wikipedia page. It'd be the quickest.
CERN.
It's
Fires
2020.
up. What's the
Just go
right?
to the Wikipedia page.
Oh, okay.
Yep, that first one. All right. Scientific achievements. It's probably listed in there. Or no. Current complex. CERN operates a network of 7 accelerators and 2 decelerators. We're looking for the big one.
How big was it? Like 22 miles or something?
The Large Hadron Collider. That's the one we're looking for.
Oh, there it is. Oh. Main article.
Yeah, sure.
2010. Between 2013 and 2015 was shut down and upgraded. I thought it was 2013. But this was like one of the first ones.
That was when they shut it down. They upgraded it. So they fired it back up, what, in 2015 to 2016 when Harambe died?
Oh no. We're in it. Damn it. Why must they do this to us? Harambe. Dude, I mean, there is an odd. I mean, Harambe went down and everything.
I
Everything
mean,
went down.
before Harambe went down, the popular theory was, the world was supposed to end in 2012.
Yeah.
And even if it didn't, has anyone really felt alive since 2012?
Been dead ever since.
I'm dead inside.
Freshman year of high school.
Dead inside.
That was when I graduated high school. And it's just been downhill since then. Did I peak in high school?
Yeah. I can't even fathom this, but what would help would be Neuralink. I could just get my Neuralink fired up, and I would understand all this particle collider stuff.
When they turned it back on in 22, like I was literally like every day I was like, what happened? Did anything happen?
Yeah, I know. And there's a lot of people who have like the Mandela effect conspiracies that like when this particle collider went off, that's when like we lost
fracturing the multiverse.
Yeah,
again.
Does the Pringles guy have a mustache?
Yes, yeah, and then the Pikachu tail, Fruit of the Loom,
The cornucopia.
Yeah,
That's the only one that really
Shazam.
Like, I have no memories of that. So.
Big memory of Shazam, because like Shazam was about the actor, right? Who actually played him? It was because who actually plays him is Shaq.
Yeah, the Mandela effect.
But everybody
Sinbad
thinks that it's Sinbad played him. You ever heard of that movie? I don't even think.
Yeah, like with what's his name? Something Levi.
I think so. Look it up.
But no, of all the Mandela effect things that I've seen, the only one that really, really messes me up is the Fruit of the Loom logo never having a cornucopia.
It doesn't have a cornucopia?
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
It supposedly never has. Oh, that's the problem you're going to run into now.
See, it's them trying to bury it.
Yeah. Yeah, just while we're doing this, just look up the Fruit of the Loom logo.
Yeah, Zachary Levi. That's it.
Yeah, we'll just do Mandela effect. That's what we're dealing with.
But yeah, that cornucopia has never been a part of the logo, supposedly.
No way.
Yeah. And like, dude,
Yeah,
like that's
right there in the center. If you scroll down, that's a history. No, down. That's a history of their logo. Never had a cornucopia.
Allegedly. People rewriting the history because, I mean, what does this cornucopia have to do with the science behind?
Well, obviously, it's related to the flat Earth.
Because the cornucopia is what holds everything together.
Ooh.
But now it's not there anymore.
Yep.
Ever since Harambe.
And now reality is falling apart.
Yep. Thanks to
Without
CERN.
the cornucopia.
We could thank CERN for this.
Yeah,
oh, yeah, here's another one. I don't know what's going on with this guy. How do I make this bigger? Can I visit? Damn
I hate
you.
these websites.
Decline them all. Should be on DuckDuckGo, damn it. Oh my god, and there's no picture. Go back. Get
No
full
pictures.
access to the site. I'm sorry. All right, that's not going to work.
Monopoly Man and having a monocle, actually not having a monocle.
Oh, yeah. The Volkswagen symbol. Many variations of. Oh, yeah, there's one that has a plate. The Fruit of the Loom. It's all sitting on a plate. It's not sitting on a plate, though.
Yeah,
Pikachu having a black mark on the end of his tail.
Yeah.
I don't know if I ever thought Curious George had a fuzzy tail.
Well,
Yeah.
he never had a tail.
Oh, well, there we go.
Damn.
Thought
But
he did.
that one, I knew he didn't have a tail.
Yeah. Yeah, good old Mandela effect. Looney Tunes?
Yeah, it's is it TOONS or TUNES? That's just, for me, that's just something I never paid attention to.
It was always TOON, right?
I think it's actually TUNES. I think. Yeah.
Damn it. Yeah, that one doesn't make me happy. Oh, we were, I started to do
Pepperoni hug spot.
Have you seen these AI generated commercials?
The voice, the images, all of it.
I might have via TikTok.
This
It's
one's
great.
This one's our favorite.
TurboTax.
Are you ready for best pizza of life? Bring friends down to Pepperoni Hug Spot. Our chefs make pizza with heart and special touch. Pepperoni, vegetable, and more secret things. Need delivery? Pizzas come
That's so
fast.
scary.
Knock, knock, who's there? Pizza magic.
Pizza magic.
Pepperoni Hug Spot pizza. Your tummy say thank you. Your mouth say. Pepperoni Hug Spot. It's like
I love their eyes.
I know. And like it just kind of progressively gets worse. And so there was another one that we saw. Oh, this one looks funny.
Class is so boring. I wish I could eat some pizza.
They never let us eat pizza in school. Did someone say pizza?
No way. Oh my god, the hands.
Look up the AI generated beer commercial. Pizza nuggets? Why does that sound fire, actually? Oh, God.
The mouth.
Yeah, they never get the mouths right.
Oh my gosh.
Which, you said beer?
AI beer commercial.
That was bad.
Yeah, this one. Yep.
The hands. I don't know.
Well, the AI takes it takes images of things that it's seen, and beer commercials, they're not allowed to actually drink the beer on camera. So the AI has no reference of what someone drinking beer looks like.
Oh.
So it's just kind of
That's awesome.
Yeah, they're getting there. Vin Diesel fuel.
Shaq.
I live my life a quarter mile. You know, when you're living life in the fast lane like me, you need fuel that matches your intensity. That's why I'm here to introduce you to Vin Diesel Fuel, the ultimate drink for those who crave adrenaline and power. With every sip, you'll feel the surge of power course through your veins. Vin Diesel Fuel is infused with the essence of raw horsepower. Just like the engines I tinker with, it's a high-octane blend of intense flavors.
Oh my God.
It's so bad.
Vin Diesel Fuel is the drink for you. It's the perfect companion for those who live life on the edge and refuse to settle for anything less than extraordinary. So,
Oh, the Shack Shaker Chameleon. I've seen this one. It's not any better.
Shack Shaker Chameleon Fitness Flabby Buster BM. It's time to get Shack Jacker Chameleon down your abs, midsection, nipple area, flabby
Nipple area.
Big man shakes the Shack Shaker Chameleon like a cobra strikes his prey. Take your muscles to the cobra shake level. Shack the big man way with the Shack Shaker Chameleon. Blast your Shack Jab, attacking your back, neck, and heart to reach groin areas. Gain over 5,000 pounds of pure muscle with the triple S. Blast it. Shake it up. Shack Shaker Chameleon BM. Shake 2 Shack Shakers for a Shake Shack Shaker of a Shack time. Shack Shaker Chameleon Fitness.
Okay, I've had enough. I've had enough.
You know Shaq has his own chicken place?
No, what
It's
is
called
it?
Big Chicken. He has one in Vegas,
out.
and I went to the one in Vegas.
Shameless
It was
plug.
awesome. They had a chicken sandwich. It was called the Barkley, the Charles Barkley, and it was so good. He has his own.
Whoa, it does look good.
He has his own soda. I forget what the soda's called. But I think they also have another location at the Baltimore Ravens football stadium. When I was looking it up.
Yeah.
That's almost local.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that would be
Compared
like
to Vegas.
yeah, that would be like pretty good for him to go.
Dude, Shaq's got his hands in like
be-
everything.
Yeah, dude. Like I know I think like
Dude is the epitome of like diversify your portfolio.
yeah. I mean I remember seeing him in all the commercials and being like, ooh, like when I see someone in a commercial, especially a bad one, like it's like that's famous or like an athlete or something, and I'm like, ooh, must not be going well, you know, because like why are they doing a commercial? You'd think that they have tons of money, you know, but then the money runs dry and then they do them. But I feel like Shaq was just finessing.
Yeah, he's
He
just
was
doing
like
it
this. There was
preemptively.
easy money, and like he's like, I'm a charismatic guy. I can totally do this general commercial, the
I like
general
his,
insurance.
His stage name when he goes and like DJs. He's DJ Diesel.
He does. He's a DJ.
Oh, dude, yeah.
What?
So is Kevin Hart.
He goes hard, apparently.
Yeah, there was an interview with him, and he was like, the closest thing I can get from chasing that Game 7 experience is being up there DJing in front of thousands of people.
Yeah, he goes like all these huge EDM shows, and he goes hard. Yep, DJ Diesel.
I mean, I guess that checks out. I guess that checks out. Interesting.
Sonoma Raceway NASCAR weekend. Catch Shaq.
Dude, that would be sick. Daytona 500 or just at a NASCAR. Damn.
Shaq's DJ.
Shaq's DJing.
Lost Lands 2022. Fluff was there, I think.
Where's Lost Lands? Still can't find it?
Yeah, Lost.
Ba-doom-tsh.
Is this just his entire set? It's 50 minutes. Obviously, we're not going to be watching all of it, but...
Right on, Shaq. Right on.
Like, when I was younger, my
So
dream
much
was
drugs.
just to be like an EDM artist.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, I had like the little DJ kit.
Like a little board. Yeah.
Like, just like, you know, if I were to do an EDM set or be with my band in front of this many people, I'm picking EDM. Like, at night, the lights are just going.
Yeah.
I don't have to do anything except hit play. Like, you know, you can make your mixes like, you know, in your own time. Like, I know some guys.
You could make it so that it's very involved at the performance, so you can just...
Yeah, like, as long as you made it,
Yeah.
then, like, that's dope.
Yeah.
And you can party with everyone while you're doing it.
Yeah, and so I've made that argument a few times, and I feel like each time I make it, it doesn't like people really like to defend DJs because my argument was always like Paris Hilton is a DJ, and like I was like okay, if Paris Hilton can just become a DJ with like no prior experience in doing anything like that, then like how legitimate is it of a career? You know, like, what's she going to do next? HVAC? Like, bro, like, no.
Kim
no.
Kardashian's a lawyer.
Which, another
Did
one.
she actually passed the bar?
Yeah. And so, like, even if she did, it's like, did you?
Are you, but,
You know
okay,
what I
like,
mean?
yeah, she did, but is she really going to go?
Practice law.
Yeah, is she going to go into a court
Yeah.
case?
And like the ones that she has done it, I mean, it's not like she's like out there like taking, you know, personal injury and like all these claims. She's just like found someone who thinks is innocent and then is just proving their innocence, you know, where it's like it's not just her just being like, I'm going to go do it. I'm sure there's a team of lawyers that are like, here's what you got to say. These are all the papers. This is what you're going to say when you get in there. You got to read it off of this. You can memorize it if you'd like, you know,
I mean,
and
if
then
she
she's
passed
in.
the bar, like, actually passed the bar, then she shouldn't need, like, a whole team of lawyers.
Yeah.
But
And how long do you think a bar exam would take? Like to go through law school and to get your bar?
That test's probably like 3
probably
hours.
like 4 questions, bro. Don't you need to pass the bar for, like, every state, too?
Yeah, I think so.
Bar exam.
That's been one of my favorite shows lately, Suits.
Suits.
Yeah, I think I've heard of that. How was that? It's good.
I think it's really
Yeah,
good. Yeah.
because the intro like seemed kind of cheesy. There's another one that's on. I think it's a Netflix with Billy Bob Thornton. But that one sucked.
I don't think Billy Bob's in this one.
Yeah, I
But
think
yeah,
it's totally different. It's definitely not Suits.
The
It's like
entrance
it's brand new.
For Suits, it's like he runs into this guy and he was like, ask me any question on the bar exam. And
I've seen that preview.
yeah. And he just like pretty much like impresses this guy. He's like, well, we only hire from Harvard. He's like,
Yeah,
but I'm better.
yeah,
And I didn't go to Harvard.
yeah,
I actually failed out of school.
yeah. Damn.
Yeah, he's trying to get hired, like, a law firm or trying to be, like, partner or something like that.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good show. Meghan Markle's in it.
Who? Who's
Meghan
that?
Markle, the Prince Harry's wife.
Interesting.
That whole drama.
Respect our privacy.
Is there drama there? What do I not know?
Meghan Markle she's American, just commoner, married into British royalty, and I just didn't like that. So what did they like? Did Prince Harry like give up his royal title and now they live in America?
Mm-hmm.
There's a whole big drama with the British monarchy.
The South Park about it?
No. I'm actually I'm a huge fan of South Park, but just not watching it. I can't do the voices, dude. I can't do it. I mean, like their writing is so good, probably the best comedy.
They're on top of it
ever.
too,
Yeah, it's so good. But I can do maybe 10 minutes and then I'm out, dude. The voices are just so bad. For most people who do love it, they're the voices are the best part. We love those the characters.
Have you heard Eric Cartman AI voice singing covers of all these different songs?
Favorite.
No, but
my favorite one is that Evanescence song, "Bring Me to Life." Yeah, he kills it.
He does. I think he did "My Heart Will Go On" too.
Oh, he's done everything. I've seen them do that with Eric Cartman, Plankton.
Plankton, that's a really good one.
And the one that I've been going around a lot lately is oh god, I'm blanking on his name. The lead singer of Metallica.
I didn't see any of him. I saw Dave Grohl though.
What's the lead name?
I forget
what's his name.
is.
God damn it! I know it.
It's Metallica.
James Hetfield.
Yeah.
Nice.
James Hetfield. Yeah, there's a lot going around with using his voice, AI generated, to sing songs. That's going to be a whole can of legal worms.
Yeah, that's what I was saying about
in the
that
near future.
girl, and she's just getting money from it.
Yeah, but
she's
I don't
letting
think
it
James
happen.
Hetfield is allowing his
100%
vocal
not.
likeness
Yeah.
to be used in this manner, and people are just running with it.
Yeah, and so what was the one that you were talking about? That lady just gave up her rights or just sold her rights?
Licenses
to her face?
Yeah, she
Her
just said
voice.
she just requires X amount of money.
That's sweet.
And you can use her AI generated voice on your song.
Yeah. Yeah, we talked about that a little bit, you and I.
Well, for the
actors.
the Actors Guild,
Yeah.
a lot of the background actors were worried they're gonna AI scan their face and just replace them.
Yeah.
It's well, no, you can't use my face for that. No,
That was
not without paying me.
Yeah. Yeah, because before you know it,
an episode of Black Mirror.
oh, with Miley Cyrus.
I forget. Who's
And if
in
it isn't an episode of Black Mirror, it's going to be.
Yeah.
I think I forget. I watched it a couple months ago, but it was a story of her, and it was also the story of her, and it went 3 ways. So they all met each other to get rights to their body, or just themselves.
Yeah. Yes.
But it was all AI.
So, somehow, some way that they were finding, they were able to record her and her entire life, and they were making her life a TV show. So every day she would live her life. She would turn on Netflix, and then this actor would be acting as her and would be doing those things, all of these private and intimate things that she's doing. She's like, I literally just did this. Mm-hmm. This famous actor is playing me what I just did today, and in an hour they're going to be sitting on my couch watching me, where everyone's going to watch me at home, whatever I do. And she's like, how are they following me? And then the actor who was acting in this movie in this Black Mirror episode is I didn't know they were doing this either. I want my money. You guys can't steal my face. And they're well, actually, you clicked accept all terms and agreements, and so we can, and we do have all of your rights. So, sorry.
We have protections in place exactly for stuff like that, at least in this reality.
Yeah,
thankfully.
Until we click accept all terms, and then them saying that we've given
there
them
are
away.
regulations about they can't sneak stuff like that into the terms and conditions. If they do, it's void.
Human Centipede.
Yeah, well, thank God. That was. Didn't they do a South Park episode on that? Yeah, that's a good one. I did see that. Yeah, no, and then the Panderverse. I wanted to see that. I haven't seen that. Have you seen the South Park episode, like the Panderverse?
Pandering.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Where they're like, you're in a different reality.
Yeah, yeah, and like Cartman's like
That's
gay
not
and
real.
black or something. Yeah, it's
I've
so
seen
good.
a clip of that. I didn't see the whole thing, but like,
Yeah.
well, Cartman was like the only one who was him, and everyone else was like, a
Oh,
woman
that's
of
what it
color
was.
or something.
Yeah.
He's just like, what is going
Yeah,
on?
make them trans, make them gay, something like that. Yeah. Yeah, and I feel like I would say, dude, also like the sooner we like everyone can accept and laugh at that, like the faster like this like the trans movement like heartache, I would say, for the people out there really struggling with it, like that's the fastest way to like heal through this is laughter, right?
If we don't
Like,
laugh, we cry.
not making fun, but like poking fun. You know what I mean?
I don't know, man. There's some whack jobs out there that need to bring back bullying.
Bring back bullying, bro. I mean,
Some of them.
I may or may not have said that a few times. I mean, I think a little bit of it's good. You ever like you have like some like bullying that's happened to you, like you're like that's kind of what made you.
It stopped
you.
me from going down a really weird path.
Yeah. You know, like us as friends growing up and like other friends that we've had around us have like, you know, not forcibly, but like have just kind of shaped us into like not doing dumb stuff where like the collection of your peers can kind of like.
And nowadays they're putting litter boxes in the bathrooms for people who identify as cats, and that's not normal.
Yeah, so like maybe like their friends are like, hey, maybe you don't do that.
Hey, maybe that's fucking cringe, guy.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah.
But that would also be a very cool like new league, like a trans league for
Yeah.
sports.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
because
Yeah.
putting trans men in women's or trans women in regular women's sports is
Yeah.
its own hairy topic. That
Yeah, whether you're
Oh,
with
it's
it or
hairy.
not.
There's a lot of hair. There's a lot of hair where you didn't expect it to be.
But I just feel like that's something that like I might watch. Like I don't
Oh,
know.
yeah.
A lot of people will watch it and make money, and a lot of people will be like, I'm curious.
Yeah.
I need to see this. Or just make like a huge co-ed like
Yeah.
full physical sport, like
Yeah.
co-ed football, full pads.
Hell yeah. Dude, and like how is Caitlyn Jenner not like just funding the whole thing?
Exactly.
Dude, I mean, that's our woman of the year. She should be handling that.
I mean, ideally, like a co-ed sports thing is what we would strive for, but there's a reason we have two different leagues.
I mean, statistically, like on the stats.
Now, if you want to come up with a sport that has certain positions that are only played by one of the two genders, but then you have the whole issue with trans
Yeah.
again.
Yeah. Like it's literally not even fair for like men and women to play together. Like if they want to play, then sure, and that's totally fine.
And it's not like there's not exceptions where like women can
Yeah.
definitely keep pace with men, or and more in my speed, a woman would definitely outpace me.
Yeah.
I am not athletic.
Well, I mean, but when you're like in the realm of sports, then
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if you wanted to have like, I won't say it, but it's fine. there's somewhere where the odds would be fine, and that would also be entertaining. To your point, like it would be entertaining either way, But yeah. Anyway, all right. I think we got through that. We got through that. We did all right. We did all right back there.
Nothing too bad.
That wasn't too bad.
They
That wasn't
probably
bad.
won't be sharpening their pitchforks for us.
I don't know.
Probably.
Yeah.
Someone will always be offended by something, but
Well, how about this? Kamala Harris just speaking.
now you're trying to go after us, man. And why are you worried about Kamala speaking? Why not Biden speaking? Or is that horse
don't-
already been beat to
I think,
death?
dude, if I had to put someone in front of, I don't know. I was gonna say Biden should be out there, would do a better job, but I don't think he is. But like, just the problem is that like my thing with Kamala like messing up all of these speeches is that like, look, if she had gone the first year like not putting together like a legitimate speech that wasn't just her talking in circles, like avoiding the question without if she doesn't answer the question with another question, or like isn't like, well, what we have to do is come up with a plan to try a lot harder for the people, with the people, and just trying harder, and that's how we're going to do it. And they're
'Cause
like,
we need to try harder.
so have we tried trying harder? Have we just did it?
Have we tried to
done
plan?
more? Have we tried doing more?
Have we planned to try harder?
Yeah.
We should try planning to try harder.
Like that
and
is the
doing more.
cringiest thing, and like how someone hasn't stopped her and just been like, read this. Go out there, take this piece of paper, read that. Like, because they're doing it with Biden. Biden just doesn't make it through it. He just doesn't see the end of his speech, or like makes it up in the middle,
My
and then
favorite.
comes
Clap
back.
your hands. I mean,
Yeah.
My favorite meme was someone photoshopped like an ice cream truck driving by in the background as he just kind of like turns and wanders off.
Yeah.
I know exactly.
Yeah, and then the not Action Bronson. Love you, shout out. The Anchorman. What's the guy's name?
Ron Burgundy.
Yeah, yeah. They're like, damn it, whatever you put on that teleprompter, Burgundy will read.
I love that.
Yeah, it's so good. We just rewatched it. It just happened to be on TV. We just rewatched it. It's so good, dude.
Yeah, the first one, love it. I've watched the second one like 3 times and fallen asleep every time, and I don't know why.
Oh, damn.
No, I am blind. No, Baxter, I don't speak Spanish.
Brick got a hand grenade.
Yeah. You
Brick
killed somebody.
Might want to lay low there, buddy.
I did.
He's just running around holding a hand grenade.
Yeah.
I love lamp.
I like floor.
I love lamp. Yeah.
Are you just looking around the room saying that you love whatever you see?
Yeah, and he's just like, oh, it's so good.
I put it on cruise control.
Hey, who's driving the RV?
Yeah, dude, that movie's so good. Yeah, and so I put on, so like walking with your hands behind your back. You ever seen somebody just like walking around? They're just like,
Are they walking or are they just,
it just seems like no, but like I'm talking like dudes in like a trench coats. They're like just walking around a park and they're just like, and they're just, like it just seems like.
You're up to
Where
no
have
good.
you
Like-
seen this?
That's what comes to my head.
What is it?
You're just up to no good.
Oh
Up to no
yeah,
good.
yeah,
Like,
up to
you're
no
plotting.
good. I feel like what it could be the move, but like it's also like it seems to be like I think I saw somebody get attacked, and they were just like.
Were they the attacker or the
No, they were the victim.
Oh, so someone just thought that they were.
Yeah,
up to
they
no
were
good.
yes. Somebody thought they were just up to no good and just cold cocked. But yeah, there was something else that I saw too. Like I saw it like 2 times in a row where like, it was just someone in the background of a video. Like it was like some security like cam footage and like of this person like attacking another person, not the victim. But I remember like this person just like kind of walking by and it was like, oh wow, oh my, and then like
Oh, heavens.
yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I just thought it was funny, just dudes just walking with their hands behind their back. I mean,
I feel like
it
a
feels
lot
like
of older gentlemen do it. 'Cause
Yeah.
I don't
Oh, it's
know,
an
I
older-
guess it
like-
helps with their
Yeah,
Old
older people,
English.
or if you're like inspecting someone or something.
keep your hands behind your
Like
back.
you see a teacher walking, a really strict teacher walking between like the desks with their hand. behind
Yeah.
their back.
I feel
Yeah.
like I'm being judged.
Yeah.
I'm intimidated.
Speaking of judging, and this is way out of left field, have you seen those like pig handling competitions?
Where they like oil them up.
No.
That's
so,
funny.
Like they're show pigs, and they walk them around the judges. But part of the thing is, as the handler, you need to make direct, firm eye contact with the judge at all
I
times.
saw that.
It is the weirdest thing I have ever seen.
Oh yeah,
Gross.
we'll try to pull that up. Yeah, you got to see this video.
So like,
And they're
Intimate.
just dead staring at the judge while like guiding the pigs with the sticks. I'm like,
my gosh.
just do
Let's
like
do
a
competitive.
pig showing competition or something.
Pig handler intimate eye contact.
Yes, actually.
That's
Yeah, these are it. Like
Yeah.
that first one right there. You can see just dead staring at the judges. I mean, mean, the pig's really shredding his stuff, though.
That's a good looking pig. Yeah, like she's looking at the judge the whole time.
She's not even doing that great of a job of it, though. Like,
I know the video that you're talking about.
Hey, go back up. Down. No, never mind.
Yeah.
But you've seen like those clips go around.
Yeah, well, she's like mean. She's like
mean mugging the judge.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I wish we could like find that other video. Damn. Yeah, that is so funny though. Yeah, weird sports. That and the hobby horse sports.
Hobby horse championship.
Yeah,
Really cool.
I always wait real late in the podcast to bring this up because just in case someone's skimming through and they want to find me talking shit on the hobby horses, dude.
Is this just gonna be a regular thing?
I'm
like
just
every podcast,
yeah, I get to the,
you're just gonna slip that in.
Yeah. Because like I don't get it.
Bring back bullying.
Bring back bullying, dude. Because it's
So
like
is that
one of those,
the people who think they're horses?
No,
Yes.
no.
basically.
They have the horse head on a stick,
Yes.
and then they go and they do like the steeplechase where they jump over the things.
But they're
and all
jumping
that.
over themselves, and they're like,
Oh, that's kind of like how people play Quidditch.
Yeah, it is exactly. how
oh
people play
no!
Quidditch.
Don't even get me started on people playing Quidditch.
I mean, Quidditch is a sport.
You
If
did
took
bring
out
that
the
up.
broomstick, probably wouldn't be that bad.
Yeah.
But the broomstick, when it doesn't actually fly, it's a bit much.
Yeah.
It's like some colleges have like actual leagues.
Yeah.
See, like that.
Yeah, the sport itself,
Yeah.
without the broomsticks, would be tight.
That would be sick. That's pretty sick.
But the fact that you got to run around while straddling a broomstick.
I was trying to sell Clayton on fuck. Oh damn. What's the thing with the bat? Do I have it in here?
Cricket.
Yeah, cricket. Yeah, I was trying to sell him on cricket. You ever seen somebody play cricket?
Cricket.
I tried to pull up some
heard,
highlights, and I was like, I was wrong, dude. I was like, I was up late one night, just like in a feeling of the insomnia, and I was watching How It's Made, and they're making cricket bats, and I was like, this is so sick. I was like, what are they using these things for? And so I was like, I've never even seen someone play cricket. And I'm like, let me find out.
Well,
And then I watched like two videos, like two reels, and I was like, there's so much going on. Like this rules.
Yeah, like what do you do with the little the things?
The
on
thing
back?
behind him, yeah.
what are
like
they,
it-
the wickets or something?
Yeah, yeah.
But no, there's a stereotype that's like you either grow up as a kid and learn like the rules of cricket and grow up playing cricket, or you don't understand cricket. Like
Yeah.
if you try to learn it as an adult, it's too late. You're not going
Yeah.
to understand the rules.
Yeah.
You need to learn it as a child.
Damn. Dedicate the life to cricket, dog. Damn. Yeah, so Groundhog Day. was Friday.
We're gonna have a short winter supposedly.
Yeah. Phil did not see his shadow.
I mean, it's going to be 60
Phil
degrees next week, so
Paxton. Huh?
it's going to be in the 60s next week. So
Dude.
It's that global warming, I tell you.
Yeah, thank God for Phil not seeing his shadow. Pretty pumped about it. Pretty pumped. It's a beautiful day today.
A little cold for my taste, but like I
Yeah.
said, I'm a lizard. I don't do
Yeah.
well in anything below like 50 degrees.
Yeah.
it's like a warm cold.
Yeah, like the sun. Like
The
it's
sun-
cold outside, but
Like
like
you're
the
still
sun-
cold, but it's just like wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the
Wow.
wind's down, so it's
Yeah. I know. I felt the wind today when I was in the cold tub.
I'm
Did my
sure
little
you
cold
did.
plunge. Yeah, 6 minutes this morning. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. Yeah. All right. DJ Khaled.
Did I send you that video?
Call me
again?
asparagus.
Did I send you the video of him like playing golf? He just like knocks the ball in, camera goes up, he's just like mean mugging the camera.
Oh,
and
yeah.
he's just like Gatorade.
Yeah. he
Play
just-
golf.
Yeah, he just had a new thing with he's got a new sponsorship with Gatorade. So like now it's his big thing.
Yeah, but literally just no context, nothing else, just Gatorade.
Yeah.
Just what?
Yeah. Dude, watch this.
Call me asparagus.
Call me asparagus.
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 What's up with his eye?
I don't know, dude. It's so good. He's the best. I love this dude.
He's the best music.
He the best music.
Yeah. He's like, take your time. Take your time.
With the best.
I call it coconut.
I call it coconut.
I call it coconut. I'm just at the crib, it's chilling like white tee, you know, get the logo. Can't wait for you to get yours. Now get your shoes. Get the shoes. Back up so you get them off.
There was one where he was like, take your time. Take your time. But
DJ Khaled's just living in his own world, man.
yeah, dude, he's the best. What was the cappuccino?
So, I put my name on my golf clubs, my sneakers, my cars. I name everything. I call this cappuccino. It's like a cappuccino. I call it cappuccino.
Cappuccino. You're right though, dude. Like his face, the facial expressions, cappuccino. Like what's going on? Tell him to bring out the. Tell him to bring out the whole ocean.
He's on the cover of Golf Digest.
I hate that he's actually pretty. He's not amazing, but he's pretty good at golf.
He's decent at golf.
Yeah, yeah.
He the best.
He the best.
We the best. Don't leave us out. don't leave us out. We the best. Yeah, dude. He's the man. He's so funny, dude. And like, there's like a whole bunch of ones where he's like, bring out the whole lobster, bring out the whole ocean,
Bring out the whole ocean.
Yeah, so good, dude. Yeah. Well, I think DJ Khaled was a good place to stop, dude.
Yeah, we've been
Yeah.
going for about 3 hours now.
Yeah, and we covered
Another
ground.
one.
Another one.
Another one.
We the best podcast. I'm gonna bring out the whole podcast.
I don't think we could get away
Bring
with
Dude.
tagging that.
Oh yeah. No, we're tagging it. We're tagging
tagging
it. We're tagging it, dude.
You're gonna get a cease and desist letter from DJ Khaled, but hey, maybe
Probably-
that's what gets us our big break.
Yeah, it's the best thing that could ever happen to this podcast.
All press is good press.
Well, Gardy, this was awesome, dude. And like I said, I really appreciate you doing this.
Appreciate you having me.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. And so I want to shout out some social media. I think we lost where your Instagram
There's
was.
Instagram right there.
There it is. So,
And now we lost it.
Now we lost it. God.
So Hot Commodity.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
hot commodity. Where else can they find you, dude? What's
We got dates. We're on the Facebooks, the Instagrams.
You got a YouTube channel?
We do not.
Yeah, dude, you guys could definitely do that for like for YouTube, even just like little clips, you know. Just
Well, I
like
have a
kind of-
website, but I stopped using it because it's
Yeah.
hard to have a website.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like YouTube's the best for that. Like, even if you just like set up like a little.
Also, I got
tripod.
TikTok. TikTok's
TikTok.
really easy with it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's perfect.
It's easier to accidentally just go viral for something.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, check out Hot Commodity. Check out Gardy, and I'll tag you and everything, so people will find you. So all good. Well, yeah, man. So again, thank you for doing this, dude.
Of course.
Cool. Adrian.
Yeah.
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 All right, y'all. Thanks.
Unreal.